It's coming home, Matt. It's coming home. How are you?
I'm lovely, mate. And my last day of isolation today, but I'm looking forward to the game. Very excited to get this Euros kicked off.
Yeah, tell me about isolation. Why? How come you're stuck indoors?
Someone at work's tested positive, so I'm all right. I've not tested positive. I'm fine, but this is my last day of staying indoors, so can't even get out and enjoy the weather while watching the game. It's not fair.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 28 degrees where Wembley is at the minute, so England players are going to be up against the heat. Welcome, everybody, to the Euros coverage here on NFTV. We're talking all about, well, you can probably guess what me and Matt are wearing, all about England and Croatia. We are joined by Steve at some point, but this is the Euros coverage, so we'll be talking quickly about the lineups and we'll get straight into the game. If you're not heading out, stick the commentary on mute, listen to us to waffle, and we'll interact with you, with our American friend. If you are watching, please smash that like. We're going to be live for probably up to 6 hours. We've got Mr. Sam Mulliner joining us later on once he's finished. YouTube members have already got 5 exclusive videos so far in June. If you want to see more info on that, click the join button. There's a little promo video. Keep your comments coming because we will read them out. But Father's Day is coming up. Matt, have you sorted your Father's Day gift out yet?
Not yet. I'm still looking for the perfect gift for him, Lee.
Funny you should say that. Take a look at this.
Father's Day is just around the corner, and nothing says, "I love you, Dad," more than a world-class trimmer for his balls. Yes, you heard that right. The Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped is the best body hair trimmer on the market. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code NFTV at manscaped.com.
People always say that the trimmer is always good for your balls, but it's actually pretty good for your chest hair and your face. The little ones always saying to me, "God, you need a shave, you're dead hairy, you're dead fluffy." So it's actually perfect, and I actually do one as well. So Manscaped, I'll be getting that bad boy out in a moment, and you can see that I need a shave. The little one's always banging on about it. It is absolutely stunning, but make sure you use your head first before you use your downstairs. Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below the waist grooming, and it's just launched their perfect package, which is the perfect gift for your dad for this upcoming Father's Day. Imagine surprising your dad with the ultimate men's hygiene package that says, "Your balls will thank you" on the box. Have you ever seen a nose bush sticking out your dad's nose? Well, included in this new package is the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, which is waterproof, and it uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. Look, lads, 79% of partners, including Kelly, admitted that long nose hair is a major turn-off.
She doesn't like that.
Why not hook your dad up for the best tools in the job here? This bundle includes the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer. Because of their skin-safe technology, this is the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body. The trimmer comes with an LED light and is waterproof, so you can trim in the shower. This is the perfect trimmer for someone who likes to travel.
Let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximise your ball hygiene routine. Get the Performance Package now to receive their 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers and the Travel Bag. The Performance Package is the best value that Manscaped have to offer, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code NFTV at manscaped.com. Get your dad a gift you know they will use. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code NFTV. Don't forget that you came from your dad's balls. This year, show your original home some love with Manscaped.
Yeah, so we did. We've all came from somewhere, but that is our Manscaped promotions, the perfect gift for Father's Day, which Matt already just private messaged me saying I'm going to get one of them for my dad. So either selling out quick, so you get a whopping 20% off. So thank you very much to our sponsors, Manscaped, who are proudly back in England this tournament. Come on! I'm sure we'll talk about England songs and what have you later on, Matt. But I think we should get straight to the lineups. Keep your comments coming up. We can see them coming in. We'll read some of them out very, very shortly. We'll begin with Croatia. Matt and Steve's joining us as well in a second. We can see him setting up. You probably think midfield going forward, it's extremely strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the midfield is where it's going to be won and lost today. You know, you've got a Champions League winner this season in Kovacic. You've got the Italian League winner in there with Brozovic with Inter Milan. And of course, Modric, the Golden Ball, the Ballon d'Or, the Golden Ball, the Ballon d'Or winner as well. That midfield is absolutely incredible. You know, they're not the strongest at the back, although they do have a few stars in there. I'm sure Steve can tell us a bit more about those players. But then they've got a lot of pace in that attack as well. So they're probably going to be looking to dominate a lot of the ball in that midfield with Modric. And I think the key to us dominating the game today is going to be Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice pushing that midfield early, putting pressure on the ball, because we can't be letting that midfield have any time or space, especially Modric, because they'll just distribute to Perisic and Rebic up front, who've got pace to burn past Mings, who I really don't trust. But we'll get onto the England team later. But yeah, that midfield is extremely dangerous. Some very talented players in there.
Yeah, we've seen it in the interviews with Mason Mount just before that. He's talking about Modric today. This is probably his final swan song because he's 35 now. Mm-hmm. But it's still talent. You've got to stop him playing, because if he plays, I mean, even Kovacic as well to some extent, a very talented midfield three, and then Kramaric, who scores goals for front, Rebic, and we all know about Perisic. So are you a bit worried about England's defence? You've mentioned Mings already there.
Yeah. It was an interesting decision. We'll get onto the full lineups in a minute, but obviously Harry Maguire isn't fit yet. He's not in the squad at all. So we're having to fill in his position with a standing centre-back who, unfortunately, Gareth Southgate's decided to pick the worst one that he's taken. Even Conor Cody would have been a better choice, in my opinion. And he's decided not to start a left-back or a traditional left-back, and he's playing Trippier there, who obviously, you know, he's a talented lad, and he obviously scored against Croatia in the World Cup. But not a natural left back and not naturally left footed as well. So when you've got players like Shaw and Chilwell who have had excellent seasons in that 26, you just question that decision to start a right back there. I don't know whether he's got a policy where he has to start two of the right backs in the starting 11 at any one time. Yeah, interesting decision to square up against this team.
Hiya, Steve. How are you?
Hey, not too bad.
How's your technical problems coming on? You sorted?
My computer is just I put in my password and it's been unwelcome for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Live broadcast.
Using my phone temporarily. Yeah.
That's fine. You can switch up if you need to go back out and come back in. That's fine. What do you make of the Croatian lineup?
Yeah. I like it a lot. I mean, Rebic and Kramaric, that's a great duo. Perisic also will give you a little bit of everything. Excuse me, I'm a little bit cold. But let me see, Croatia. I watch a lot of Marseille. I like Dujic Sledisar a lot, and obviously I think he's linked with Liverpool. Good center back. They got him from Salzburg, and Vida. I've been watching for a few years also. He always just seems to
Wariani.
Jesus Christ. He always seems to turn up in the big games. I'm so sick, man.
You got Corona. You better have Corona.
No, not Corona, no.
What's the weather like over there?
You don't have to worry about it.
No, I've had my job. What's the weather like over in the States?
How warm is it? Most stuff is oh my god. Most stuff is open. Just depends on the state. Some of the more, I guess, liberal ones are still kind of like, we want to keep you locked down. And then we have places like Texas and Florida where it's just like everything's up. But it's pretty nice.
Well, it's nice and warm in England. 25 degrees upwards in the UK today. Matt, we'll come back to you for the England squad there. We've got to look at left back straight away in the left-sided centre back, haven't we?
Yeah, that's going to be the weakness there, and hopefully that's the side that Kramaric is going to play on, because I think he's probably more of a player. His skill set is more equipped to deal with Tyrone Mings than John Stones, because he's a bit more of a physical player, lacks the pace, whereas Perisic loves to square up his man, cut inside the fullback, and to create chances or finish them off himself. So Trippier is going to have his work cut out from him regardless on that side, but I prefer if Kramaric. I don't know if it is going to be a front three, because Kramaric is more of a conventional striker. And yeah, so I don't think he'll be playing on the wing. So I don't know if the BBC's got that mixed up, and Rebic will be on the right-hand side of that attack. So, and obviously we've seen in the warm-up games, Mings is just not cut out for it. I don't understand what Southgate sees in them, that the entirety of the British population doesn't see it. I've never seen a fan base more united about who should and shouldn't be in the squad over one specific player. How the hell he's managed to blag his way into the squad, I really don't know. But that's the worrying side of that defence. I think Kyle Walker and John Stones, very, very good accomplished players. Got the international experience. Obviously, Stones chipping in with a few goals at the last World Cup as well. So hopefully he can do the same today. But yeah, defensively, we've got to worry about that left-hand side.
Steve, obviously you're a neutral on this one, but I hope you are supporting England. Do you agree on that the weak is our left-sided centre back?
So yeah, my money's with them.
Is your heart with them?
Can I say that again? Sorry.
Is your heart with them? He's shaking his head.
Does that what? Does that heart with them?
His heart, is your heart with them? 3 lines on a chest. Never mind.
No,
that's gone over your head. That's just over your head. That. Ollie said in the comments, I would have started Bellingham over Phillips as well. That would have been a big call to start 17-year-old Jude Bellingham. But interesting there, Matt. You've mentioned it before. Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. Bit of an experience there.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an experience in terms of international experience, but I'll be the first person to shout Phillips' name. I'm a really big fan of Calvin Phillips. I think he's exactly what we need for a game like this. His energy in the midfield is absolutely incredible. I've watched a lot of Leeds United this season for work, and because he plays in a Leeds United side that constantly presses, he's constantly going to be pressing that midfield of Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic. He's going to be pressuring them with little to no time on the ball. He's going to run himself into the ground. That's exactly what we need in that midfield alongside Declan Rice. You know, Leeds have only been outrun in terms of distance covered once this season, and even that was by less than a kilometre. Every single game they've outran their opponents. So we're going to need that energy in midfield, which frees up the front four of Foden, Mount, Sterling and Kane to have a bit more creativity. They're not going to have to track back as much because Phillips and Rice should be covering that midfield themselves. They're covering enough ground between them. I think when we talked about ideal England lineups, I went with 2 defensive midfielders personally. I said Henderson, when fit, should be starting in there just as a captain's role to command the midfield, and then alongside him one of Phillips and Rice. So I'm not too disheartened. I think that's probably, apart from our front four, that's probably our strongest area of the field today. So it'll be interesting to see how that battle pans out, the 3 versus 2 in the midfield.
Steve, do you agree on that? Is that where the match is going to be 1-8 in central midfield?
Probably, yeah, because obviously the thing I like about Croatia's midfield 3 is that you get a little bit of everything. Brozovic is more of the defensive minded one. He'll do the he'll do the dirty work. And Modric and Kovacic, they can get goals and assists, great passing.
Yep.
So I like what their midfield has to offer. But
yeah, it's going to be a lot of running, isn't it? I can see. And then Matt, will he take a factor in today?
Absolutely. I mean, everywhere in the Euros is going to be. I mean, they were in Baku yesterday, so for the Wales game. So I think this is a good way to warm us up if we do get through to the later rounds and have to travel to places like that. Hopefully the players, you know, that we've not been at a warm weather training camp or anything, as far as I'm aware. I think we've just been training in the country, so it could take effect. But hopefully, you know, they're all fit players that have played a full season, so they should be fit enough to deal with weather like this, really.
And Steve, England playing at Wembley, it's going to be a massive help, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I noticed a lot of the you know, when the fans came back for the Premier League, a lot of the home teams, I believe, won their games. Lost to obviously Newcastle, but we got a home win against Sheffield. Chelsea got the big win against Leicester. So home advantage, yeah, it should play a part, but it's all up to Southgate, I suppose. The way he decides to set his team up, he's got to go more attacking. He really does.
I'd agree on that. And obviously, the national anthems are currently being played at the moment. Jody Sancaster's over on Twitch this time. But we were all debating in the WhatsApp, Matt, is he going to be 3 at the back? But he's actually gone with a flat back 4. Has that surprised you?
It really has. I mean, I think our best formation would be a back 3 with wing backs, because those players that we have at full back are used to getting forward, and it frees them up a little bit. Flat back 4, I don't mind it, especially if they're going to have an attacking 3, because it means that Phillips or Rice can drop into that centre back position if needed. You know, if a full back's out of position and a centre back needs to go across and cover. So flat back 4 with 2 defensive mids is practically the equivalent of a flat back 5. In terms of the setup for today's game. So it's a bit of a surprise. It's not a disappointing one. I think having a flat back 4 means you get more attacking players into your team, which we've seen. We haven't touched on Foden, Mount, Sterling and Kane yet. But those are all very creative players that, you know, Mount, fantastic, really fantastic. I think he won Young Player of the Year in the Premier League. Sterling, we know, obviously very talented, and Harry Kane topping the goals and assist charts this season, and Foden getting his best Gascoigne impression on with that haircut. So hopefully he can turn up with this tournament as well.
Sam just said, I hope you're going to stand and sing God Save the Queen. We're going to be talking about England songs during the stream, which is the top 3 England songs. We'll get a good convo going. But no, Sam, I won't be singing that, unfortunately. If we score a goal, I might sing 1 or 2 songs. We'll see if we can pick on the American, see if we can learn him a few. You've talked about that front 3. Do you think, because I'm a little bit disappointed Jack Grealish hasn't managed to get a start? What do you think? Your thoughts?
I think Grealish was the best player in the warm-up games for us in any part of the team. He was fantastic, and he's exactly the kind of player you need to win fouls in and around the penalty box for someone like Trippier to step in and put another free kick top bins. I'm really disappointed he's not starting, I have to say. But the players that have come in, you know, apart from, I think the only player he could really argue that he deserves to start over in that front 4 is Sterling, because Sterling was in a very bad run of form towards the end of the season. Foden, Mount and Kane, all in exceptional form. And obviously Grealish did come back from injury very late in the season. He did get a few games under his belt, but we don't want to run him into the ground too early in the tournament. I can see him coming off the bench if we need a goal, maybe at the 60th minute today, get kicked a little bit, create some chances, take the game to Croatia. But I think he'll start against Scotland. And I think that he should start a few of the games further on in the tournament as well if we get it out the group stages.
There's no Chilwell on the bench. There's no Sancho on the bench. They've got to be slight niggles.
They've got to be. They've got to be. Because if they're not, then what the hell's he thinking? Because for me, Sancho is close to starting, never mind the bench. So to leave him out altogether, he must be nursing an injury of some sort. And Chilwell as well. I think that's probably why Trippier's starting at left back, because he wants some cover, a left-footed left back to come off the bench available if needed. So if he'd started Shaw, then you don't have that option if Chilwell is injured.
I think he's worried about Mings. That's why he's just putting more defensive player at the back, because Chilwell likes to bomb forward.
Mm-hmm. And Trippier obviously very experienced at club and international level. So he'll have the knowledge to read the game and cover Mings when he needs it, which will probably be quite a lot.
Yeah, so we're a minute or 2 away from kickoff. So the positives are that England are playing 4 at the back. Negatives are we're a little bit worried about that left-sided of the defence, centre-back and left-back. The front 4 I'm fine with, all I would have liked to see Grealish start. You can alternate them, and I think they're all at a similar kind of level. But one comes off, another one comes in. It's the same kind of level. I don't think anyone's clear. Obviously, the striker picks himself. Kane will start every game unless England are through where they'll rest them. But just before we kick off, what about the goalkeeper?
He's clearly Southgate's favourite. For me, it would have been Dean Henderson. But you've got to say that Pickford's played more games this season for his club. He did step up at international level in the World Cup, so you can say he kind of deserves that shirt. He does worry me because he does have a mistake in his game, as do Mings and Stones. So that trio of Mings, Stones and Pickford could cost us the tournament if it's to start more games than this one. So yeah, not greatest at the back there, but we'll see how it plays out.
Graham, one of our members, goes out to say, begs the question, Cody, yeah, I'd agree. I think Mings is only playing because he's left-footed for the balance of it. But we'll go to full screen next. We'll blow ourselves back up there. We're going. England have just kicked off. Jody Sancaster says, I'm back on the proper channel. He switched from Twitch over to YouTube. Hey, helping the view. Make sure you smash the like, everyone.
Would you mind refreshing the stream, please, darling?
And we've got our American friend Steve coming in as well. Just setting up his devices. He'll be back with us shortly. Are you watching it live, Matt? Are you on a stream?
I'm on the BBC's stream online, so I'll be a couple of minutes behind you. So I've not kicked off yet. So we're still on the lineups. So we'll be a couple of minutes behind. But you can celebrate all you want. I'll just join in when I see the goal go in.
Steve gives a thumbs up if you're ready. He's ready.
Finally.
He's on his laptop's up and running.
Lovely stuff.
Steve, where are you on the stream? Are you watching it live? Are you on actual watching stream?
I'm on. Every match is gonna be on ESPN and ABC, owned by ESPN. So I'm on my Xbox right now on the ESPN app through a TV provider. So I guess it is a stream.
Oh, so I'm gonna be in front of you. How are you, England? Say the shades covered a third of the pitch.
Well, what's up? Sorry.
I say the shade might come into factor. That's covering a third of the pitch.
Yeah, I don't like it when the stadiums do that because you can't see half the bloody players.
We had Phil Foden seeing him in blonde hair.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't negatively affect his game.
If he plays like Gaza, I'm
celebration like Gaza did. That'd be funny.
I hope he mimics it.
Dennis, what was it? Something with the dentist seat and Coke or something.
Yeah.
The dentist chair. Yeah. Basically, just before the Euros, England were over in Hong Kong.
Yeah, and they were partying and stuff. Yeah,
they all went on the lash, and they all got pictured by your typical Sun, News of the World newspapers, and they were all criticising the England players. So Gaza just mimicked it all. That's where it came from.
What a guy!
It was my first ever tournament. That probably shows my age. You were 96. It's a 9-year-old boy. Go on then, release it, Sterling. Switch it.
What time are you guys on?
2 minutes 30 now.
Oh, lovely.
No, 150.
I went one. So I can't believe that someone in the United States is getting a more accurate stream than I am.
Are you not got a TV in front of you?
Yeah, I've got a TV, but I don't have an aerial or anything because I'm poor. I've still paid the TV license, but I don't have an aerial.
I like your recovery there, Matt.
Well, I found out recently that you have to have a bloody TV license to stream any live content, even on YouTube and stuff. Because we moved into this place and we nearly got done for not having one. Even though we don't watch.
Do. If you've got broadband, even if you've got a mobile.
Yeah, it's daft.
It's crackers, man.
Yeah.
I bet, Steve, you kind of fathom that. Get your head around that, can you?
Well, freedom, yeah, America.
That's just the BBC.
I was watching who was it? It was Count Dankula, the Scottish YouTuber, and he was saying that people who go into Scotland, the tourists, they tell tourists to watch what they say because they don't have freedom of speech.
Not if Nicola Sturgeon wants to get a hold of you.
UK's so bad.
Come on, listen to the sound of this.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful sound.
Have we all watched every game so far then?
Yeah. Copa America starts tonight. Steve's going to be excited about that.
Absolutely.
It's literally 10 o'clock till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
Offside. He's offside. Steve, who's going to win the Euros?
Who's what?
Who's going to win the Euros?
France.
Why?
Because their reserve team could arguably challenge for the Euros. Okay, so they won the World Cup without Benzema, and now they're adding Benzema and all the goals that he brings.
Yeah, that's what is ridiculous, isn't it? Benzema, Griezmann. And Mbappe. I mean, I'm cheering on Antoine Griezmann this summer because he's adopted Newcastle and Football Manager. So. And I love that clip where they're on the plane and Mbappe knows where Newcastle is.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's too cold there, no? Brilliant.
Maybe his transfer was closer than we all thought.
Hippie says, get out, France. outside bet, Portugal for me, but I've got France as the favourites. Go on, Foden, hit it. Yeah. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, oh, he's at the post. Oh, came back out. Ah, what a chance that was. Mind you, had a lot of freedom. I'm just expecting a delayed reaction from you two now. Just pretend you haven't seen it.
I'm looking at Zlatko Dalic right now. The nice Croatian man.
Tell us about him, the manager.
About Zlatko?
He's been there well. He took over from Slaven Bilic, doesn't he?
Yes. What was that? 20? Oh, geez. Yeah, that was post. Oh, geez. Inside.
Did you see the freedom Foden got there? Bloody hell, Kyle Walker, what are you doing?
England actually looks all right so far.
We're doing scoring the players literally at full time. I've got to keep an eye on the players as well. So yeah, everybody who's watching, we are cramming in loads of videos into one. So if you guys want to stay around, that's cool. If you just want to jump off, that is cool. At full time, 5-10 minutes after full time, we're going straight into scoring the players for half an hour. And then about 4:30, we're opening it up if any fans want to come on. And Sam should be with us around about that time. And we'll get some reaction from like Twitter on Southgate and interviews and what have you.
We are in a bit of a delay, but I've just seen Foden at the post.
That could have easily hit the goalkeeper and went back in.
I'm liking the fluidity of the front three so far. Sterling's obviously played as a kind of a false nine for City sometimes, and Kane's used to dropping up. Plays a bit of a target man, but also is used to Son running in behind for Spurs and offering him the option for the assist as well. So Foden and Sterling are going to look to make runs into the space that Kane creates when he drops deeper. So I'm liking it so far.
Have you got bit of the Kyle Walker bit yet?
Not yet. Oh, God. This is like a horror movie. I'm just constantly on the edge of my seat.
Come on, Mount lad. Whip this in.
Oh, yeah, that was the Walker bit, I presume. If there's another Walker bit, I'd be worried.
No, where you literally just pings it along the floor.
Yeah.
Go on, he's in. Oh, corner for England.
Come on, let's replicate the World Cup. Just set piece dominance. John Stones.
Are you on your Yeti, Matt?
I am, yeah. It's down
You got the same one as mine? Blue Yeti.
Oh yeah, blue Yeti, just the black one. Right, it's black, but it's blue. Yeah.
Am I sounding okay? Because this is the first time I've used it on this one.
Yeah, crystal clear.
This is the replacement Yeti because the first one broke.
How long did you have it for before it broke?
Love me.
A day. I literally used it.
Yeah.
And then USB, when I pulled the USB out, do you know how it's like at the bottom?
Yeah.
Pulled that out and it took a chunk out inside of the mic.
Okay.
I got my money back, like.
Yeah.
And we order it again. What? Oh!
Chaleta Char, that was a nice tackle.
Oh. That was Calvin Phillips. Steve,
Sorry,
neutral. I'm going to keep picking on the neutral here. How far realistically can England go? Because you're not English, obviously. How far are we going to go?
If you get a France or a Portugal, you're toast. I'm sorry.
Which is possible because if we top our group, we'll play one of the group of deaths.
Yeah. So you could be you would beat Germany. I would back you guys to beat Germany. Oh jeez.
I love the Americanism. Oh jeez.
Oh gosh. No, it really depends. I think France and Portugal would beat you guys. To be fair, you'd beat Germany. You'd beat Germany though.
Massive blow for Portugal today, though. Cancelo's he's tested positive for coronavirus, so he's been replaced in the squad by Diogo Dalot. So he's out completely. No, he's just not allowed to play in the tournament at all now because by the time he gets out of isolation, the tournament will be nearly done.
Yeah.
So massive blow for them.
Yeah, it's a shame about Trent Alexander-Arnold because he was my first choice England right back.
Yeah,
there's a bit of,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
When we done the video for our England squad, there's a bit of debate over right back. I mean, the fifth choice right back, Wan-Bissaka, would get in most international squads as well.
Yeah, I really like Wan-Bissaka. I don't understand why he's not ahead of couple of. I mean, I like Reece James, especially because he can play centre back in a back five as well, as can Kyle Walker. And then you've got Trent, who's probably the best in the world in his position, or one of the best at the very least.
Jody Sankas is very confident England will go on and win the Euros.
I love that.
No way. Win the Euros?
I love the fever that just grips the entire country when we come up in an international.
Fever that's gripping me right now. Jesus Christ. Or whatever the hell I have. Ugh.
We will be lucky to top this group. I know I'm negative, but we'll be lucky to finish top of this group.
It's getting more and more easier to qualify because they're just getting bigger.
Yeah.
Forward on the edge of the box again. Yeah. Square this. Oh, it's a poor pass. But it's like, I was looking at the Copa America. You've got an 80% chance of qualifying from the group stages.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
8 teams. Yeah.
Because you got 2 groups of 5 and top 4 go through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Because they normally invite a couple of like one Asian and
Qatar or Australia. Yeah.
It's like Eurovision, that.
Copa America Centenario was in the United States in 2016.
Steve, is Eurovision big over in States?
There is no Eurovision.
No, man. I know how is it big from. No, we've got Eurovision. Is it big over America, like this big event in Europe with all the songs? Does it get broadcast live?
For what? Copa America or Euros or what is
Eurovision.
it?
Singing. Oh,
It's like a song contest.
I've never heard of it, so maybe that.
shut up, man. You've
Maybe
never heard of Eurovision?
I don't think so.
Well, put it this way: it's very political, and we always come bottom.
Oh.
Apparently, there is going to be an American version. There's rumors that they're going to do it, but it's just like states instead of countries. So I don't know how that's going to work, like, but if they'll lap it up like we do over here.
Jesus.
Were you on shift last night, Steve?
Yeah, I actually that's one of the other reasons why I joined the stream so late because I got out at 8:30. It's like a 15-minute drive, so I had to go a little fast, and got here at like 8:43 or something like that. But yeah, I've been up since like 10 p.m.
Last night.
Yeah.
What time is it now? 9, 9:15.
9. Yeah, 9:13 a.m.
Fair play.
Yeah.
It's really important that England get a result today. Because if we get beaten this game, I know we've started off well, but if we go into the Scotland game needing a result,
something, yeah,
and it's us that has the pressure. It's not the Scots.
Yeah, they can do whatever. They can do whatever.
Yeah. There's enough pressure on that game already. Scotland had looked decent. I mean, they nearly beat the Netherlands in the warm-up game. The Netherlands pulled back a scraped 2-2 draw. Scotland taking the lead twice in that game. And got some talented players in that squad, obviously. Ryan Fraser looks a lot happier in a Scotland shirt than he does in the Newcastle one.
Yeah, and there's obviously Steve Clark and John Carver. So Newcastle connections over there.
Yeah. They're a well-managed squad with some talented players, so they could easily, and they'll be well up for it. They don't need rivaling up for that game.
Yeah. So I hope the other game, the Czech Republic and Scotland, I hope that ends in a draw today. No, it's tomorrow, sorry, isn't it? Tomorrow. They just start tonight, don't they? So we might have Brandon piping up later on if they've won a game. Tyron,
what are your thoughts on Italy this tournament, both of you? I think my girlfriend and I, we've in like a little competition where we pick certain teams based on points, and we've picked Italy as one of our dark horses. What do you think? How do you think they're going to do?
Italy are not a dark horse. It's Italy.
Yeah, but they haven't won in a long. Well,
it's Italy. It's Italy.
It's Italy. They're just not fancy because they normally don't play well, like pretty on the eye, are they?
Yeah, apart before yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before, they hadn't scored more than 2 in a Euros game before. France and Portugal were clear favourites, and then obviously England and people like Spain and Germany who are constantly.
England are not third favourites. I hate to break it to you. And
28 games unbeaten now.
Yeah,
they look very impressive. I know because Turkey were a lot of people's favourites for to go far, not win it, but go far. But Turkey literally played like us, park the bus and hope for the best.
Yeah,
and Italy dominated, and fluid movement, fast movement as well, which I've never seen watching England because it's very Italy. Sorry, it's very slow paced. Watching the Italians, we've always had like a superstar like Croatia and a Del Piero, a Totti. Or they've always had a world class out and out striker, but they've always, for me, always had a pretty not weak midfield, but not mobile, not mobility.
Well, you think Pirlo and
Immobile.
Yeah, mobile. But very
Immobile for Italy.
We try to get him.
I love Immobile. Oh my god.
Yeah, we had all that money to spend, and we went to get Joe Linton instead.
I mean, to be fair, Ciro Immobile had really terrible stints at Borussia Dortmund, Juventus. He started his career out. He didn't really do much, and then he went to Sevilla, I believe, and then Lazio picked him up in 2016, 2017, and he's had insane amount of goals. Insane.
Spinoza, yeah, he was immense.
Spinazzola, yeah.
Yeah, so right-footed left midfielder converted to a left back, and he had a fucking stormer.
Yeah, it's either Sassuolo he played for or Roma.
Atalanta was his first academy product, and then he's a Roma. Yes. Yeah. I hate Roma. Fuck them.
Why?
Because I'm a Lazio fan. It's my Italian team.
Who's the national team except from the USA? England. I know. You're supporting the Poles this year, aren't you?
Yes. All of them.
Oh, we've got another Brandon. 500.
Yep. It's me versus Brandon tomorrow, Poland, Slovakia.
Yeah, well, the Dutch play tonight, so...
Yeah, against Ukraine.
That's a tough one, that. Because I could see Ukraine getting something out of that.
Yeah, the Dutch are terrible.
Yeah, they're not as good.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. De Boer makes that team terrible.
Yeah.
Well, they're missing Van Dijk, and now they're missing De Ligt, or potentially missing De Ligt as well. So they're running a bit low on first choice centre backs.
Yeah.
Sam's just WhatsApp us there. I don't know if you heard that ping. Said he might pop on at half time at work if it's quiet. I just send him the link. Right then, England songs. Top 3, Matt. Go.
On the ball, but this is in no particular
on the ball.
No particular on. Stand and Deck. You got to.
Oh.
3 Lions and World in Motion. In no particular order.
3 Lions, obviously, is number 1. Vindaloo. I just think it's not. You wouldn't sing it on your own, but if you've got like a group of lads with you, you would go at it. Vindaloo, na 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 na. Yeah. Got to have that one in it. And I actually quite like. I do like World of Motion, but it's not just in my top 3. I quite like Talk Sports version of Come On England, like Come On Eileen.
Oh yeah. I was listening to that yesterday. Had the old playlist.
So that's my top 3. Steve, do you know any other England songs except from Coming Home?
There's one good one. It's about Emil Heskey and his massive. it rhymes with lock.
I don't know what you've been watching at night time.
No, I saw this video on Instagram. It was like it was something about Emil Heskey, England's number 9. He shags something with his massive. Something like that, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Because the three lines, there was the 96 one, then there was the 98 one. Still 2 great songs. And it's like that anthem. It's Coming Home has been adopted by a lot of other countries as well.
Yeah.
Aaron says Back Home 66. I think it was 97. No, 1970. That one. I think I might be wrong. Sterling's in here.
Oh,
that's a pro across. I think it's got Bobby. I think Aaron in the chat. I think that's Bobby Moore. Back home. Do 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 do. I don't know the full words of it. Not quite a football song, but I do like Queen's Barcelona song. I know it's an Olympic song, but I do quite like that. What do you reckon of Bocelli singing the other night?
Brought a tear to my eye.
Incredible.
Honestly, it's weird that how moving it is every single time. Like when he sang it when Leicester won the league. Obviously, not even a Leicester fan, and then he cried at that.
Just gets it, didn't it? It just reminds you of World Cup 1990. I mean, that was before my time, but I've seen obviously all the highlights and the documentaries and what have you. Gaza crying because he got the second yellow card, and would have been a great tournament. Sadly, I missed out on that one. Of course, 92 we didn't even qualify.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous. But Denmark won that, and it was they were my outsiders to go for, but because they've undoubtedly lost Christian Eriksen for the tournament because he's not going to play again. Probably changed my mind on Denmark now. But what do you make of that yesterday, Steve? Shocked the world, didn't it?
I'm sorry, I'm listening to the Emil Heskey chant. I found the video that's the best thing.
You have to forward that on. I was just saying the Christian Eriksen moment yesterday.
Oh yeah, no. So I was watching that with my dad, and he's not super into football, but he'll watch every once in a while. And he was just like, "Did he die?" Like it was.
I thought he did mind. I was really worried about it, especially when I seen the compressions were being made. I was like, God, do we need to see that? So I know it's the international cameras, but I would agree the BBC got a lot of stick. They should have cut away from that, even if it was like a blank screen. But the Danish players were just in a state.
Yeah,
Delaney crying. But the two heroes that came for that were obviously the captain and Schmeichel as well, for the way they calmly acted around.
Yep. Their center back, yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant to see those two. And yeah, it got to me like when I seen his girlfriend/wife come on the pitch, wanted to be with him. I just feared the worst then. I was like having a wobbling moment myself there.
Yeah, it's horrible to watch.
That was scary, man. That was really scary. You never think of this. You never think of that this is just going to happen out of nowhere.
Well, I'm pleased that he's up speaking and talking. That's the main thing, of health. And even if he doesn't play football ever again, health's more important.
Exactly, yeah.
But I just found it really bizarre that they got on the pitch half an hour later and started playing again.
Yeah.
I was saying, I was at work yesterday because obviously working from home. I was talking to the team. I was, if one of you collapsed and I thought you were dead, I'm not going back to work.
No.
You know what I mean? No. I've just witnessed something like that, and I said to the boss again, I'm not being funny. If you tell me to go back to work, I'll tell you where to go.
Yeah. The only thing I can think is their mentality is like, obviously, if they know he's all right, there was apparently rumors that he's FaceTimed them from hospital and stuff, and they, rather than going back to the hotel or the training camp and worrying about him, they want something to just get the game out of the way, finish it off. You know, the fans are there; they'll be supportive of you. Distract yourself in that first couple hours where it's still uncertain what's going to happen, and then once the end of the game's gone, you can kind of sit back and take it all in. That's where I can understand the mentality of the players there, but the Euro should have stepped in, whoever organised it, and just said, "Look, now is not the time to resume the game another day at the same minute of the game or whatever." By all means.
Going to do midday, weren't they? The next day, that was the original one.
But yeah, it was a strange old decision that the players made.
Yeah. Jesus. God damn. No, so I guess I have two things. So the thing is, Lee, you were talking about if something happened to your son and you were like, "Oh, I'm not going to go to work if my son nearly died," something like that.
Well,
right?
Like a work colleague. I wouldn't go back to work.
So I guess the difference, and I was talking about, with my dad about it, and he was like, the thing that makes sports unique is that it's about adversity, and it's about, it's about stepping up. Yeah, like, it's a very hard situation, but ultimately the players, no one's holding a gun to their head and being like, you have to do this. So, I mean, and also the other thing is too, it's like, it's really, really hard to, like, do you guys think that there is a absolute concrete right or wrong thing to do with that?
No, I think because Foden's shot actually got deflected. I've just seen the replay back and it actually deflected off the post. My mindset is, because it's sport, it might be different, and you're a sportsman and your mentality is to win. But also you've got like the nation behind you, which is a little bit different. Maybe there's a little bit of pressure there behind that as well. Credit. I don't think there's any right or wrong. I'm just saying, for me, I wouldn't have been able to do that. My work colleague, who died, I wouldn't be able to go back to work, and because my work is all about like performance. My work, I wouldn't be able to. Now it'll be in the back of my mind.
It's more than a work colleague as well. It's someone that you've spent. A lot of these players have been 5-6 years in the national team, and they'll have like godsons and all sorts. Their best mates.
The back, because a lot of them probably play in the youth sides.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not just someone you turn up to work and see every of the day. It's someone that you've known, someone that's like a part of your life. I don't know how the hell half of them played on.
And I guess
in the comments.
And I guess that's where I differ. This is just my opinion, but like I'm obviously I love sports, not just football. I just love sports. I love exercising, and I've had times in my life where stuff was really rough, and you know what, go for a run or go out and play basketball or go kick a ball around. And it might not seem like, come natural, but like some of the players were probably like, you know what, maybe this is the best way to, I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. It's really tough to be like, oh, this is absolutely the wrong thing to do. Like Craig on ESPN here, we have Craig Burley, Chelsea.
Shaka Hislop.
Yeah, Shaka Hislop.
Steve Nicol.
Steve McManaman.
John Hutchinson. Yeah, I watch it, man. ESPN FC.
Yes, I love that show.
I watch it all. Yeah, well, that's
Gabrielle Marcotti, Julia Malone.
Yeah, they're all just bitch about each other. Frank Leboeuf and everyone.
Frank Leboeuf. Oh my god, he's so funny.
Josh is in the comments. Nice to see you, pal. He's out. I think he's out watching the England game. Harry Kane is the weak link so far. The rest have been fantastic, especially singing about the Mackhams. We can't hear that because if we do, we might get copyrighted with us. But yeah, nice to see you, mate. This is just a warm up for the real big game next Friday. The mighty Scots.
A warm up.
I'll be wishing us. That's Connor who comes on the fan reaction show. We might get Connor on for that Scotland game. So Connor, if you're up for that and you're not out and about watching it, you can represent your nation, the Tartan Army. And I can say Sterling is carrying on his poor form. Yeah, he hasn't got it in the rhythm of yet, Sterling so far. 28 minutes in, Croatia coming into it the last 5 minutes or so, having a bit more of the ball. Obviously, Trippier got done there on the right-hand side.
It's pretty combative. It's pretty combative out there. A lot of crazy passes, kind of back and forth ping pong type thing.
Right.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think some substitutions could change the game if we need a bit more control. I think I've not seen much of Declan Rice and Mason Mount. I know Mason Mount's created a couple of chances, but nothing major. Calvin Phillips, I've noticed, pressing high and putting in some challenges. But to be honest, it's mostly kind of Phil Foden dominating the attacking play.
What a player he is. Holy shit.
I just hope he stays fit and for this tournament because he's going to get kicked a lot.
It's strange to say it, but David Silva leaving's benefited him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. But on the same token, David Silva probably taught Phil Foden a lot of lessons, whether that's on purpose or through your character or the way your professionalism. So,
what was that? What the fuck was that? That's twice Kyle Walker's done that. He's given the ball away and it's gone out for a throw in. Sorry to interrupt you there, Steve. You'll see that in a second. That was just shocking, man. Idiot. But yeah, with David Silva, he went on to win the Copa del Rey, didn't he?
With Real Sociedad, yeah.
Yeah, Mikel Merino as well.
Alexander Isak. Yeah, they got a decent little team. Oyarzabal really good.
Yeah, he's going to be a wild card for Spain this year.
Mm-hmm.
Spain have took Pedri.
Yeah.
Barcelona, and he's like 18.
Pedri's a baller. He's 18. A baller. Yeah.
They've got a lot of young talent there, but am I right in saying they've got no Real Madrid players in there at all?
I think that's
no Real Madrid. You're right. More Brighton players.
Yeah.
More Brighton players.
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
Sanchez, yeah. But they've got Busquets tested positive for COVID-19, so I don't know if he's going to be going to be playing. But then obviously Laporte's now switched nationality, so he'll probably start in that centre-back position, but no Ramos for them, which, they've got some interesting young talent, which is unproven at international tournaments. So they could surprise a few people, but I can't see them getting very far.
I can't either. Quarterfinals at best.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you've seen it.
Yeah. I thought it was Phillips for a second. I was like, oh no, I've just picked him up for the last 10 minutes.
I mean, what was that pass, man?
I don't know. I don't rate Kyle Walker. He's just quick. I have to say, I don't know what's happening on your screen, but Mings has done well so far. He's squared up Rebic a couple of times and won the battle.
Mings has been better than Kyle Walker so far.
Stop that run.
That's nuts.
Oh, well, yeah, you talk about subs, Matt, as well. The Heat.
Yeah.
They're going to lose a couple of pounds today.
Yeah. Be interesting to see with the subs if he sticks with the formation or if he brings a couple of people on to switch the formation up to adapt to the game and see how he changes things later on.
I've got this as a draw, me bet.
Yeah, I've got 0-0.
I got 2-0 England.
No faith, mate. No faith.
Paul's meant to say need to up the tempo towards half-time whistle. Massive boost going in 1-0.
The first 10 minutes for England was sick, but or 15 maybe. 10, 15 minutes.
Connor says, would you consider a draw as a decent result this afternoon or as a win or bust? Also, unfortunately, lads, I'll be down my local for the game. Could always do a build-up through, maybe. No, I think a draw against Croatia, any tournament is a good result. Performance might be different, but you get a point out of this game. I think both nations will be pretty confident that they'll go through.
Yeah, I mean, what you think? There's three of the best four. How many of the third place teams go through?
Four. So you basically, I reckon you need 4 points with a good goal difference.
Yeah. I think if you draw this and then win comfortably in one of the other two games, regardless of the other result in the third game, I think you've got a good chance of going through. And it might not be the worst thing in the world to go through as a third place team, depending on who we come up against, because we might avoid France and Portugal. So up until late in the tournament anyway. We're already lowering the ambitions half an hour into the first game of the Euros.
Who's the other team in France's group? You've got Germany, Portugal,
Hungary.
France.
Magyar Rorschach, Hungary.
Oh my God, poor Hungary.
Yeah. I think there is, I don't know how to say it. I'm going to butcher his name. Schloboslai? Yeah. Is he injured? He was injured. I don't know if he's made it back in time.
No, he's injured.
Yeah. Well, in that case, Hungary are well and truly screwed then.
Yeah, he's on.
Relying on Nemanja Nikolic.
Yeah.
He's in Steve's video for 5 players to watch out for.
Yeah.
Realistically going target.
If we get any ambition, if we get any of those 5 players, I'll shave my head. Seriously.
He just signed for Leipzig though, couldn't he? Because he transferred from Salzburg.
Yeah. But he didn't get any play time last year.
No.
Because he moved in January, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think Leipzig are stacked right now in terms of midfield. You got Sabitzer, Emil Forsberg,
Dani Olmo.
Yeah, Dani Olmo, Campbell, Angelino does a job at left midfield, left wing back. Love watching Leipzig.
Can't remember the last time we've won an opening game in a tournament. I've seen a stat. I think it's the Euros. England have never won an opening Euros game. I think that's right.
Wow.
An opening game. Paul says, what subs would you make if it's 0-0 around Grealish?
Grealish
is
Sterling.
I think win you a free kick or a penalty. Mantek. Don't know if that's a player or that's slang for something. I have no idea.
What are you trying to say? We're talking about Poland? No, we weren't talking about Poland. I have no idea.
No, it was Hungary, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hungary.
What was the? I don't know if he still plays the Hungarian left winger, and he played for PSV.
What's his name?
I can't pronounce it.
Jacek?
It's like DZ. It's like, what?
Jidchuk. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Not fountain of knowledge, Steve. Fountain of knowledge.
Voila.
Who needs transfer market when you've got Steve?
Probably, for Hungary, I would say probably their biggest asset now because Szoboszlai's out is probably either Vili Orban, good center back for Leipzig, and then Peter Gulaschi because he was at Liverpool at one point, and then they got rid of him.
For a brief time.
Wow.
Is Thomas Kadar still in this squad? I don't know. Is he?
Let me check.
Newcastle legend. Don't know if he's in his 30s now, so I don't know if he'd get called up in the left back position.
Well, Hungary have fuck all the call up from, so I wouldn't be surprised.
One city I would love to go to is Budapest.
Yeah.
Been there. Went there a couple of years
have
ago.
you?
Incredible. Really, really nice.
Well, I can just picture
Cathedrals.
it like Prague. For some reason, I just think very Prague-like.
Yeah, similar. There's some really nice parts in the old baths as well. Beautiful.
Oh, I would love to go. Is it cheap?
It's cheap-ish. It's a bit more expensive than Prague. Depends what kind of accommodation you want and stuff. But like bars and stuff are fairly well priced.
Steve,
you'll have to come on a European tour.
I would love to. I'd love to. The most European that I've gotten is Jesus. Quebec City, actually, and Montreal and Quebec. Very, very up.
You'll have to come over. I've been over your way 3 times.
Huh?
I've been your way 3 times.
Out of the US, yeah.
I've done Miami. Beautiful city. Oh, beautiful.
Yes, I'd love to go to Miami.
And I've done New York twice.
Yeah.
We're not really creating too much now that the game's slowed down in tempo. We need someone to grab it by the scruff of the neck.
It's gone really slow, hasn't it?
Yeah. I'm not liking Trippier as left back. I think
it feels like I know this is obvious. It's not a knockout game yet.
Yeah.
It's quite cagey. I mean, the first 10 minutes were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to learn to capitalize on stuff like that. Sterling's, I know I'm behind you guys, but Sterling made a nice run forwards there, but then he's got no options to offload it to. Croatia just crowding the edge of the box.
Yeah, they're sitting, aren't they? It's like they've got a back 6.
Yeah. We're doing well at recovering the ball early on. I think that's one of the positives. We're not letting them dominate that midfield like we thought they might.
And that was Calvin Phillips, the furthest man making a run forward there. That's very strange. Like you say, more of Harry Kane mind.
Yeah.
Because you know how Kane gets. If Kane gets frustrated, we've seen it with Spurs. He likes to drop it. I'll answer that, Connor. The Copa America starts tonight, 10 p.m. Brazil play. And the USA, nope.
No.
They don't technically. It's the Gold Cup, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, CONCACAF Gold Cup. Yep.
Yeah, there's only ever 2 winners.
No, Jamaica won it a few years ago, actually. It was a Jamaica-Mexico final.
Jamaica me jealous now. But it's always USA and Mexico.
Usually, but 2016, I believe, was USA-Jamaica, actually. So Jamaica knocked out Mexico in the semifinal. And then it was a USA... it was a USA-Jamaica final. And I believe Josie Altidore scored the winner really late on. But
Dozy out the door. God, he was a legend at Sunderland. All of his one goals.
Waste of space. Jesus Christ.
All of his one goals. It's a bit like our Riviere.
Yeah.
I just saw recently there was announced, is it an MLS versus the Mexican League All-Star game?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exciting. I think
I've said for years that they should scrap the Community Shield and do an All-Star game.
Should do North versus South.
Oh, I like a cameraman, you dirty pervert. Absolute dirty pervert. You'll see it in a couple of minutes. A cameraman just pins on some women deliberately. More of it, please. Now, if that ever gets back to my other half, I'll be on to that. But America's front three, Steve, talk to me about that, because that's probably the best front three I've ever had, in my opinion.
Claudio Reyna was pretty damn good, but I get front three, because Pulisic, Reyna. The problem with the US though, we don't have a set striker necessarily. I like Josh Sargent, but I was watching the USA Mexico game, and Sargent had so many chances. He's like the American Werner almost.
Go on. Oh, Sterling, man.
Need Daryl DK.
A free kick. We have a free kick right on the edge of the area.
DK is really good. I like
free
him
kick right on the edge of the area. Sterling's yellow card as well, handball.
Is it Trippier territory?
I reckon Kane will want this.
Do you reckon? Greedy.
Right on the edge. Goal
Surely you
scoring.
take Trippier, Mount, anyone but bloody Harry Kane. When was the last time he scored?
Aaron says Trippier.
Yeah. Come on. Reminiscent of World Cup.
Duje Kaleta, if I pronounce that right.
Chaleta Char. Chaleta.
How early? Hey, come on.
Never heard of him? I don't know how he is. I'm not going to lie. 12 Trippier, 19 Mount.
Sterling. Oh my God.
Trippier.
Fucking guy. All he does is it's like
Well, Trippier's Jamaican. I mean, Trippier's Jamaican.
Sterling could have played for Jamaica.
Sterling is Jamaican.
Yeah.
As well, and Aaron's because they both play like FIFA together, don't they?
And Mikel Antonio actually just switched to Jamaica.
Has he done it now? Has he?
Yeah.
I think he's so underrated. Him.
Yeah, Mikel Antonio. Yeah.
Come on, Trippier lad.
Leon Bailey.
Yeah,
is also Jamaican. Then they have another. Fuck.
Wes Morgan.
England have a fake wall with Kane and.
I never understand this.
Sorry, disappointed, lads.
I was waiting for your reaction. I was going to celebrate.
Take the wild, Perisic.
Fuck's sake.
Sterling's handballed it there. Yeah. At least I think the positives are going into half time. We're not being out dominated.
No.
I mean, who cares about that? This is tournament. This is tournament football. You gotta put some goals up, advance, points. So I don't know. It's just me.
I was very disappointed how poorly Russia played last night. I thought they'd do all right, but they were awful. They just disintegrated. I know Belgium are half decent, but they're so poor. I thought they'd have another good tournament.
Oh, there was a great bet last night. Lukaku scored a brace, and then Donka to get yellow card was 20-1. So I said to Sam, because by that time Lukaku had only got one, because I might put a tenner on that, you know. Please I didn't, because then Donka didn't get.
Yeah. I was going to say that Russia didn't have enough of the ball for him to make a foul.
I know.
I was thanking the lucky stars yesterday. I've done the Euro 20 fantasy thing on the app, and I'm having an absolute stinker so far. I've got Donnarumma in goal. He got a clean sheet, but I've got bloody Radetzky on my bench who got a clean sheet and saved a penalty. So that's for 13 points on my bench.
I was the only one that picked a Finland win.
Literally, and then
the whole goddamn Scarito. Yeah.
On the Scarito app, I'm no longer in the bottom. So Sam Mullen has bottom. I'm happy about that.
We've got 4 teams in our like sweepstake type thing. We've got France, Italy, Finland, and Scotland because they were based on like points. Like so, a certain team was worth more points than the other one.
Yeah.
So we were happy with the Finland win, but yeah.
Well, in the sweepstake at work, I got Austria.
Nice. Yeah.
So don't think I'm going to be.
I think Macedonia is going to beat them today. I put that in my.
Goran Pandev, ancient.
Alioski?
Alioski's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's a nutter. He'll probably get sent off in the first 10 minutes.
He's a perfect Leeds player. To be fair. Perfect Leeds player.
Well, there was loads of Leeds fans kicking off because he's out of contract and he was apparently considering going to Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Half time.
Right. Very uneventful.
Yeah, good first 10 minutes, and then it's kind of slowed down a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, England.
What needs to change then, Lee? What do you think's the best move next?
See what I've got. I don't know if you can say that.
Keegan.
Hey, yo.
One of them with the print I've got. It's over there. The RT Bianchi, where you drew all the cartoons of the Newcastle players.
Yeah.
Defensively, I think we're all right. Defensively, I think forwards, I'd like to see Harry Kane get a bit more involved. I would like to see Grealish come on. I think that's the one change I would like to have do. And I think we're going to be joined by Mr. Mulliner. There he is. Mr. Mulliner. How do's? I don't think you can hear us.
It's pretty.
I can now.
Oh, you can now.
I can now.
Nice.
I'm rocking a bit of 4G now.
It's beautiful, the scenery.
Is it?
Lovely buildings around you. That tree looks amazing.
I know. We've got council buildings in the background there as well, so it's all happening here.
Have you had many
Wonderful
punters in?
scenery. Yeah, there's a bit of a naff end to the first half, wasn't it?
It's died down a little bit, hasn't it? The first 10 minutes was great. It'll get there. He's down Staffordshire, everybody. It'll get there eventually.
Send a carrier pigeon, you might have more luck.
A few, but it's Sunday, so it's fairly quiet. Being a town centre, unlike the big city up there, it doesn't get.
We'll just say aye, Sam. How you found the first half, Sam?
Yeah, first 10 minutes was great, but first 25, I thought Calvin Phillips was superb, and Mason Mount was very good too. But
Sam, I think you're a little bit good to be second behind us. Yeah. Oh, he's gone out. I think he's realised that.
Yeah, that was funny. Ask him a question and get an answer 5 minutes later. That was,
So I think they're talking about half time. The pressing, the runners, the high press, Foden chasing. Where's everyone?
If we're still kind of come out and it's a similar kind of game, would you consider taking Harry Kane off and bringing someone else on for a different kind of option up front?
Well, who we got? Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big target man. You know, you can ping a ball to him and he'll bring other players and he'll get you 20, 30 yards up the pitch. And with Harry Kane getting frustrated and dropping deeper and deeper, he's not really being that focal point for us. We're breaking down at the edge of their box a lot because they're just flooding the box. So if we can get a big man like Calvert-Lewin to take 2-3 defenders out of the equation, then you're going to have more space for Mount Sterling and Mount Grealish, hopefully anyway, at the edge of the box. So, and then it saves Harry Kane for the next game because you can't be running him into the ground after a long season.
Yeah, Walker's been atrocious. I would agree on that, says Ollie. Thought Sterling was actually one of our brightest sparks, made some very good runs. Mulliner joined us once again. Can you hear us?
Nope.
He's gone. He was in his car this time, so he's moved to sit in his car. I bet it's roasting in his car. Steve, what do you think so far, first half?
Yeah, you played well for 10 minutes, and that was it. Yeah. Having said that, Croatia weren't anything special either.
Yeah,
the positives. One of the positives that can be drawn from that is I have not noticed a single one of their midfield three dominate the ball at all, which is what I think that's how we set up to play, disrupt that. But I think now we need to adapt to the game and continue that press, but also look to create more going forwards as well because we need to get a goal here.
Yeah,
Kyle Walker needs to up his game a bit because I would agree if Ollie's been woeful.
Mm-hmm. You could even consider moving Trippier over and bringing Walker off for sure. Move Trippier back to his natural right side, or even bring Reece James on. We know he likes to bomb forwards with the ball. Move Walker into a centre back position if you switch to a back three.
We haven't seen Walker bomb on as much in that right side role. We expected Trippier just to park himself. But I haven't seen much of Walker getting forward yet.
Neither of the fullbacks have kind of pushed past that halfway line. You notice when they're on the ball, they just kind of stop and then pick their head up and look for a pass. They don't look to carry the ball any further. So I wonder if that's been an instruction from Southgate, worried that they were going to get hit on the counter with that front three.
Well,
He's teasing us. He's teasing us.
He's teasing us, Sam. Nice trying to connect. With some of these, I'm going to edit some of these lineups for after the match.
So, Steve, who should we be looking out for in the tournament then? Yeah, I know you've talked a little bit about this already, but apart from the big teams, the traditional big teams, who are some of the dark horses that you teams, not players? And because there's a lot of groups that don't particularly have a strong top two in them, who should we be looking out for to maybe have a sneaky run at the semi-finals?
Turkey.
Yeah, still?
Yes. You can have one bad game. Come on.
Yeah,
first game shouldn't. You know what I mean?
It was just a very bad game. That was all.
It happens. So I don't know. I think that Turkey they got a good squad. Yilmaz, Soyuncu, Çelik, got some good players.
Yeah, they've got that Lille duo, haven't they? You keep
Yasici, Yusuf Yasici.
Yeah, that strike force. Well, Yilmaz did look impressive against Italy. I like the way he looks. I know he's in his
35.
Yeah, he's getting on a bit, but I don't know. It was a 1-year contract he signed at Lille, wasn't it? Have they extended that? Do you know? Is he going back?
No, he'll probably stay with Lille because
maybe we could stick a chicky bid in for him if we want a big target man.
Oh, I would take Yilmaz at Newcastle any day of the week. Are you kidding me? That'd be sick. But
I saw on Twitter an interesting stat that Turkey have one of the, like on aggregate, they have one of the younger sides and one of the freshest legs. Like the on aggregate, they've played the least amount of games this season. They've had the least busy schedule, so they should have the freshest legs in the tournament. We saw them sat back against Italy, but they could kind of break out in the next couple of games, couldn't they? Threaten more teams more.
Yeah, because fatigue's going to be huge because of the condensed season because of COVID. Huh?
I think Turkey have the youngest side. I think England are second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they've got one of the only players that plays outside of the top leagues as well, and they've got someone from Le Havre in France. I think their left back. The left back plays for them as well.
Yeah,
it could be interesting. We'll see how the next game goes, because if they bottle that as well, then surely that's that tournament done and dusted.
Probably, yeah. And then also I would say Finland.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was expecting Marcus Forss to start for them. I know they've got Pukki up front, but I like
Polo for Union Berlin this year.
Yeah,
very good striker. Had a hat trick against Werder Bremen that got them the Europa Conference League spot. Second year in the Bundesliga and first ever season in Europe. So
yeah, pretty
he's
good.
on loan from Bayer Leverkusen, I believe. So
yeah, I remember.
And Radetzky, Thomas Radetzky, great goalie. Oh my God.
I was listening to the commentary yesterday, and apparently he won Finnish Sports Personality of the Year, and that surprised me. I know he's a very successful goalkeeper with Leverkusen, but I was expecting someone like Valtteri Bottas to win Sports Personality. Someone that's a bit more successful at their sport than
I had a minute. Bottas is not very successful. Not this year.
He used to be. He's not going to be there bloody next year as well. Rumours that George Russell's going to be replacing his seat and going to be announced at Silverstone allegedly, but that's only rumours. But
yeah, there's a bit of gap between Hamilton and then Bottas. There's quite a gap in the same car, effectively.
Yeah.
Steve, do you like Formula One?
No, I don't know. I haven't really watched it necessarily, so I don't really have an opinion. I'm too focused on football, huh?
IndyCar, NASCAR, is that big over there?
Yeah. I've been to a NASCAR race before in New Hampshire.
Mint. What's it like, the atmosphere?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's actually it's more entertaining in person than you would actually think it was. Just cars driving around in a circle. Actually, pretty fun.
That's what everybody says. Just cars go around in a circle. That's what most people who don't like football say. It's not just kicking a ball. What's the fuss?
Yeah.
Kelsey's got a comment there saying Sterling is frustrating when his first touch lets him down, or when he doesn't pull the trigger at goal. Needs to do better.
Yeah.
Is that a fair criticism?
Absolutely. Like I said, I just think he's too bouncy and too I don't know. He's got to just take it down a notch. You got to compartmentalize, kind of just you know.
Yeah. Who else we got on the bench? You can see on the tick at the bottom there. You got Shaw, Cody, White.
I'd say
James,
Bellingham, maybe Bellingham for Rice.
Rashford. I'm surprised Rashford didn't start. There's an option as well.
I think Rashford's like tired, man.
I've got one, thanks.
Yeah.
They used him a lot at Man
They
United.
must be showing it at like waterline or something.
Yeah.
We all just listening to Matt's girlfriend. Carry on.
Yeah, the stream's got a minute and a half behind.
How stupid do you have to be to not know that?
We're just listening, Matt.
Sorry, was the mic on? Was it? I thought I'd muted it.
Wicked Yara.
I thought the mute button on my mic would work, but clearly not. I'm just getting a bear from gone to Lou.
Yeah,
breaking the seal.
Sancho's not on the bench. No Kieran, probably because of an injury. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Phillips is mustard. I think he's done all right. I think he's done okay.
He's been one of the better players, I thought. But
I think if he carries on the second half, I think he'll score pretty high and score on the players, which that's what I was doing there, putting the names together.
yeah. I think Mings has performed better than we'd expect him to, but he's not been outstanding. You know, Phillips has done well. Foden's created a bit, but needs to get involved a bit more. And Mount needs to get on the ball, I think, and dictate play.
2 goalkeepers on the bench, though. I think most sides do name 2 keepers. Am I right in saying, because I don't know if this was right, because I know Harry said in the WhatsApp that it's only a certain amount of subs. I thought it was unlimited subs on the actual bench that you can name.
Yeah,
no, you can only do a certain amount.
I thought it was unlimited.
No, 23 of the 20. Sorry, no. How many of it? I can't remember. There's 3 players miss out.
26.
3 players, yeah. So, yeah. So what? Chilwell, Sancho, and I can't remember. It'll probably be another centre. Maguire.
Yeah,
Maguire, I think.
Oh no, yeah, Maguire. Right.
Rashford for Kane later on.
No, I don't think it's the type of player we need. There's not a lot of space in behind that Croatia defence, and Rashford's the player that thrives on space in behind. So I really don't. I think Calvert-Lewin's a better option than Rashford in this game. Yeah, Maguire, the third player.
I think Croatia will take a point all day long.
Yeah.
Away from home.
Whoa.
Steve.
Yeah.
Who's the greatest ever English player that you've seen?
That I've seen?
Yeah, on TV. Because you're not going to say them personally, are you?
Greatest English player that I've seen.
Shearer.
I haven't seen Shearer play, you know, because I wasn't around back then.
How old are you?
20.
Oh. Fair.
God,
I mean, I'm only 22, but I've seen him play, so luckily enough to see him play.
I'll just walk out the door now then.
Yeah. I didn't get to see much of him, but I got to say I went to his testimonial. Very, very proud of that.
Oh yeah, it was a great night that. Tried not to cry, didn't he, when Ant Deck was interviewing him?
Yeah.
Got a nice cold brew ale. What you guys drink?
Jealous, very jealous.
Well, I'm on the alcohol free because I'm at work tomorrow. But mine is Freestar.
I'm on the official sponsor of the England football team.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Grealish for Sterling, says Kelsey.
Oh, yeah.
Love to see Rashford get on, says Mal. And Zinky says England's in the mud.
Zinky's on the wind up.
Both these teams are in the mud. There's nothing going on.
Well, if the USA were European, how far would the US get?
If we were lucky, round of 16.
Yeah, so there you go. Would Mexico get further?
No. They can't do it at the World Cup. Why would they do it at the Euros?
True. They always get me to get the last 16, though. I tell you who I
They
did
get
like.
to the last 16, but then they fuck it all up.
Yeah.
So
Alan doesn't like Rio for the hate for Newcastle. He brings, yeah, I've noticed that as well.
Yeah.
And Rio Ferdinand didn't put Alan Shearer in the top 10 Premier League strikers. Top 10 Premier League strikers.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. I think he's Croatian, that's why. Fair enough. Still another place I'd love to go is what's it called? Dubrovnik,
yeah.
where they film Game of Thrones and everything there. Oh, that's another city I want to try and get to. Still want to go to Iceland as well. That's another. Reykjavik.
Yeah. I'd love to follow England abroad at a tournament. Never had the chance to yet. I'd love to go and do that.
I want to do Newcastle. I'd love to.
Yeah, well, that's a bit more ambitious than following.
What was the last time England had a home game at St. James's Park?
We've had two. Azerbaijan. No, who was it? Would be 2-0. Was it Owen scored? Beckham scored.
Oh, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was Owen and Beckham, and Wright Phillips scored on his debut at St. James's in the red kit. I think it was Ukraine.
John Wright Phillips.
Yeah, so it was 3-0 Ukraine, and then the other one would be I think it's Azerbaijan 2-0, and Owen and Beckham scored. Owen wasn't a team player then.
I'm gonna say, yeah, wouldn't have been in the bloody England squad if he was.
I think he's well there. I think Croatia is playing good. Don't lie. They're playing okay, but I've seen Croatia play a lot better against England. Ooh, Tyrone.
I like a lot of the Croatian players. Rebic is. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen some of his goals? Like the one against Juventus, it was a freaking laser.
Yeah,
good player. Very good.
Rebic is sick.
Haven't seen much of Kramaric in this game. I'd say, like, if you're a Croatian fan, you'd like to see him get more involved.
Kramaric is another really good player.
Yeah, we were linked with him a while ago as well. I think Kramaric.
We're linked to fucking everyone.
Lewis is over on NFTV Extra. Am I the only one on the NFTV Extra stream? Don't know Lewis. We can't see the individual breakdown of Twitch and the two YouTube channels, but thank you very much, Lewis, for continuing to watch. And since we're promoting, you can smash that like button if you can, everybody. We are live for a long time today. Might be shorter than 6 hours. Just depends how many fans that come on later on today. We'll be joined by Mr. Mulliner when he's got Wi-Fi post-match. And welcome to the Euros coverage. Be interesting to see how Brandon gets on with Holland. See if he's passionate or he's just not bothered.
We'll be supporting the Czech Republic as well, probably.
Slovakia. Slovensko. Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to keep get Brandon on for England versus Slovakia watch along.
One on, Tyrone.
Yeah, we definitely have to do that because it'll be Poland, me against Brandon. That's gonna be good.
It's weird seeing Pickford with actual hair, not this bald little chav cut.
Obviously, pass it. Perisic will score a goal. Haven't had the chance yet, though. Raheem the dinosaur.
That's fair. That's fair. He hasn't been good this year. 4C all math stream. You take it.
I have no idea what that means.
All right, Mohammed. Carry on.
No idea what that means. There's a booking coming here. Kovacic is just sliced down. Oof, nasty. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Our good Yank Jay in Atlanta. Hello, lads. Like to watch the Euros. No stress for me. Jay, I hope you're supporting England, though. Come on. Because you support Newcastle and you support our channel. And 90% of us are supporting England. One's got a few countries. But nice to see you, Jay. Do you want to come on and have your say later on, Jay? As a neutral, we're more than welcome to have you on because we are opening it up for people to come on if they wish to later on. England's in the mud. Oh, England are in the mud.
I saw
was during the Macedonia game on at 12 my time?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I follow Jackie Oatley on Twitter, and she was saying the other day when we were at Russia and we played Croatia, that it's coming home, that song. Players from teams like Croatia take it as motivation because they think it's English arrogance. They think that we're so good, you might as well just give us the trophy. So they take motivation from that. I find that really funny that us, like, obviously a lot of us sing it just kind of taking the piss a little bit because we know we're crap. But apparently it riles oppositions up. I think that's really, really interesting. That Croatia came up.
I think it's also because the song was that big and it got a number one for like 6-7 weeks. So it was just massive. And obviously then they've done the World Cup 98 one. And it's just stuck with England national side. Come on, Kane. We need you in
Still like the Emil Heskey song better.
You have to send. I don't
change my mind. You won't ever change my mind on that one.
Oh Christ!
Who do you guys have on for your commentators?
We've got to mute it, but I would imagine it's
Guy Mowbray and someone.
Guy Mowbray. He used to commentate on Sunderland games.
Yeah,
but he's a York fan. But for Metro Radio.
I never knew you went for Metro.
I got Ian Dark and Stuart Robson.
Yeah,
I like Ian Dark.
Yeah, I love Ian Dark. Oh my god,
Robson was the arse. He's the one who moans a lot, isn't he? Twists.
Yeah, you know, Arsenal just they're not playing very good. Oh, that was a little sketchy with Pickford coming out of his box.
I'm not seeing that. Was that your British accent there, Steve?
It's a Stuart Robson accent.
One shall have an English cup of tea.
You got to deploy out the wing backs.
The Queen. Was that a Geordie accent there?
Yeah.
I could do Steve's easily. I think Sam enjoys being on stream if you're more than what I do. Hey guys, dude, what's up? Soccer defense head ball. Into the stanchion of the net.
Shit.
That's a free kick, yeah.
Had a couple of sketchy moments already. Trippier heading back to Pickford didn't realise the striker was there ready to pounce. Pickford well aware to that. Did well to clear it, not get caught out.
Yeah, this is second half's been Croatia have had a lot more of the ball.
Yeah.
They're pressing. Yeah.
Yeah, Modric is now picking up the ball a lot more. He's moving.
I'd like to see Declan Rice be replaced by Bellingham in this game. I think he could.
That's what I would say. Bellingham. I like Bellingham a lot.
I think we don't. Phillips is doing a lot of the high press and, or maybe even Phillips. I like Phillips, but the role that he's playing today, he's adopting a little bit of a high press with Rice dropping a bit deeper. So I think if Bellingham comes on and gets on the ball a bit, and he was one of the good players in those warm-up games. Very impressive.
Trippier has just nicked the ball off him there. He's done well there.
That was a hard foul.
Come on, England. Come on, Foden.
Modric.
Boycott the rigged Euros, says Dean.
What? That's a rigged. What?
How is it rigged? Who's it rigged for?
This isn't Calciopoli. It's just the Euros.
Those who took the knee, you traitors. So he's making it all political.
I think the knee's stupid, but
I get the meaning behind it, but I think is it doing anything?
That's what I'm saying. Actions speak louder than words. And,
yeah, I like the meaning behind it, but what's happening with it?
Still have to support the players and their right to choose.
Well, yeah. No, it's Jesus.
Whether or not Dean agrees with it, he should. If you're supporting England, you should get behind the lads, regardless of what their stance is. You should. People that boo, disgraceful.
It's so tough because it's basically freedom of speech, and then someone's using their freedom of speech because it's. I don't know. I just feel like it's sometimes so blown up. It's like, what is it? 10 seconds of the booing, and then the knee, and then we get on with our life. It's not like if Raheem Sterling or whoever scores, you're not gonna. You guys aren't gonna go nuts. You're gonna forget that he even did the knee, just a little. That's just me. But what do I know? I'm American.
Where are you, Steve? Again, Michigan,
New Hampshire.
Oh, I always think it's Michigan with you.
No, it's New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
It's all Croatia with the ball. Modric shoots from distance. Pickford saves.
Kane unfortunately needs dragging off. I think he's had a very, very poor game.
I think he's confident there because Modric is getting on the ball a lot more now.
Yeah.
There's no way England are going to win 2-0. Maybe a goal.
Can you cash out?
Yeah, but whenever I do that, I always end up getting screwed. So
It just all takes us one.
50.
Just needs one goal, and then it jumps right up.
Yeah.
Come on, something needs to change.
Have they subbed anyone on?
Not yet.
Dude. Wow.
Yeah, Kane. I mean, I know I'm a bit behind you guys, but 53rd minute, and we've got 11 men inside our own half. No pressure on the ball. Just letting the centre backs have it, and then a break forward. I think that's Perisic on that side. Quick step over, and then they on the attack. I think this might be where
Robson just made a good point. England look tired. It looks like their energy levels are going down.
Subs in the heat. Heat will play a factor now.
Yeah.
We cannot play in heat. We cannot.
No.
We've seen that. I don't know if you remember Japan and Korea.
Mm.
Our games were all. I know we got knocked out by Brazil, but it was all slow paced.
Yeah.
And that's not how the English games normally played.
Yeah. Jesus.
Phillips has got forward here. Play it. Play him. Go on. Get it!
Come on.
Raheem Sterling puts England 1-0 up. Zinky, where are you now? Where are you, Zinky? Bing, 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 bing.
I still haven't seen it. I heard you.
Home. It's coming. Zinky's coming home.
I heard you scream, and then we've got our doors and windows shut, but there's a bar literally downstairs, and I just hear, yeah! Coming in.
Sorry, Zinky, I didn't mean to rub that in, but you're the only creation watching, and you're giving a stick in the chat. So
try and see where we get it from, and see. You said it was Calvin Phillips with the assist.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips and Rashford's gets played through. Great pass. The challenge has come in too late.
I love Ian Dark, man. I love his cause, man. England fans jumping on that like.
That's a great time to score because they were on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Calvin Phillips in my fantasy team as well. Up the boys.
Zinky, I'm pleased to be a dinosaur. Do you know what it is? I'll be a T-Rex. I'll gladly take over Jordan Pickford's little arms, and I'll be the T-Rex. I'll play bad cop versus good cop. Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Oh, credit. Get it. What a goal.
That's some terrible goalkeeping.
Up the Lions, says Luke. Up the Lions. Let me hear you raw.
Credit where credit's due there, Kyle.
You get a strong hand on that if you're fucking Novakovic. Jesus Christ.
Walker played a lovely ball.
Steve, be happy for it?
Yeah, I'm happy for my bets. Yeah, I just need another England goal.
Steve, what language do you speak?
What language do I speak?
Oh, fucking hell. What you doing? Sorry, we're safe. Yeah, what language do you speak?
English?
There you go. Jordi Sancaster's coming home. It is.
No, it's not.
Raheem the Dream. What a legend. Come on.
Mr. Luke, it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home.
Here's the thing. The only reason why I don't think England will do anything. Same thing with the Netherlands. Same thing with Newcastle. The managers play such a huge part in all of this. If you had Bielsa in as the England manager, yeah, I think you're third favorite. Second. But
still got over half an hour to go.
If Bielsa's the manager of this team, half of the players aren't getting picked. Lazy bastards. You'd call up bloody Luke Ayling if Bielsa was the manager.
Lim Cooper.
What, have him switch nationalities?
I bet $300 for Croatia to win. Well,
Brave man.
Well, poor bet from your part.
Cody says he's not listening to the American. It's because we're all happy because England are winning.
Fucking hell. Trippier's been a bit dodgy, like. Twice now he's put us under pressure for no reason
we
whatsoever.
do need another goal. I bet. Yeah, 2-0. $2.50 wins $16.87.
What's that in pounds? About £12?
Something like that, yeah.
Can I, if the game stays as a positive result, can I bag to you having Calvin Phillips' score in the player ratings? Is that allowed? Don't think anyone's going to get higher than him so far.
Yeah.
Brilliant run from Sterling, though. Can't knock that. Great space creation from Harry.
Yeah,
Kane.
exactly. He has that potential. He's not a bad player. He's just in some kind of spotty form. But
yeah,
we've got a fellow commenter, a broadcast in the live chat on a regular basis. Oh, I thought it was going to be 2 there. Harry Kane's just injured himself. Just hit the post. He's just hit himself on the post.
Oh.
My boy, Calvin Phillips. Great ball in there by Mount. Oh, great defending, mine. Brilliant defending that.
Calvin Phillips.
From the guy's name I can't pronounce. Well, that's actually a goal kick.
Ettringham. Mal Ettringham.
Tell a lie, it's a goal kick. Must be winded, Harry Kane.
I don't think he did well for the goal, Kane. He did well to draw the defenders away and create that space for Sterling. But I'll be honest, he's not been great. He's arguably the weakest link in that front four.
Yeah, it looks like Harry Kane's got he's winded. It looks like.
Ooh.
It's worth dragging him off and
A weird landing sort of with the post collision sort of thing.
he's getting frustrated.
Sean England goal back at Phillips was brilliant there. It's a great ball, Sterling.
Good positive play that from a central, considering he's playing as a defensive midfielder. Positive head up, carrying the ball forwards 10, 15 yards.
If you look back, you'll see the replay back in it.
Oh, how did Kane miss?
Are you only just seen it?
Fuck him hitting the post. How did he miss? That could be a crack rib. That.
He's fine. He's back up and running now. You'll see the replay of the goal again. And if you actually look, if Sterling doesn't hit the ball, it's a penalty.
Yeah. How has he missed that, man? Fucking hell. 20-odd goals a season and he's doing that. Oh, he's fine. His arms hit the post before his ribs, man.
Matt's reactions are class.
What, 2 minutes after everyone else is I? There's been a lot of time spent on injured players. It's obviously Eriksen yesterday, but there was a big head injury for Castagna in
he double fracture on his eyelid or something. His eye, yeah.
A big, massive injury there. And there's been a couple of head injuries already. And now Harry Kane obviously receiving treatment for his ribs. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's walked it off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already showing how many players are dropping like flies that are injured already from this tournament. Though you can World Cup next year, it's going to heat that's going to be unbearable. Middle of a season, players are going to be exhausted. They're pretty much playing non-stop for 2 years. They're going to be.
It has to be in December. The Qatar.
Yeah, well, it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was just looking up New Hampshire. I didn't realize you were that close to New York.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive to New York, about
That's
an hour
amazing.
and a half to Boston, and then 4 hours to Canada, Montreal.
It's 5 hours to London from here.
Nice.
Boston are my basketball team, Celtics. Do you follow basketball at all?
Yeah. Well, I'm from Chicago, so I like the Chicago Bulls, White Sox.
Yeah. I never got to go to a sports game when I was over. I was over there for a good few months. I went to summer camp and then traveled for a bit, but I never got to go. I tried to go to an American football game in New Orleans, but didn't get the chance in the end.
Yeah, that's American football's pretty fun to go to.
I've been to two MLS games and 2 Major League Baseball games.
Yeah.
What I found really strange I think it's the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
We watched them, and obviously you always sing the national anthem. Obviously, America's a very patriotic nation, but they sung the Mexican anthem like on the next quarter or halftime. It was really strange. I don't know if it was Mexico Day or something, or you celebrate Mexican have the same. I don't know.
It was Miami, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and they start singing the Mexican anthem. I feel like, do I need to stand up again and look awkward? So I stand back up again whilst the Mexican anthem. I was looking around thinking, half of these people aren't Mexican. These are all Americans. Luke's got a question for you, Steve. Do you support the USA?
Absolutely, 100%.
England have a free kick again, right on the edge of the box. This is central this time. Mason Mount's been chopped down by Brozovic.
Again, I know I'm a bit behind you two. Foden's been booked for the softest challenge ever, and then Sterling has just been killed in a similar challenge to put.
Tell me when they won the Champions League. Who?
Was a Croatian fan, so who is a Croatian?
The Dynamo Zagreb put Liverpool up in the Europa League, didn't they?
I was about to say, for Croatia, I was thinking about subs for them. I would look at Orsic, and I would probably also look at
Do you remember what was it called, man? Right back was brilliant for them. Dario
Serna.
Ah, you remember him?
Yeah, he played for Shakhtar Donetsk.
Great free kick taker.
Huh? Yeah.
Great free kick taker.
Yeah. I was actually, that's weird. When I was on my security job in like 2 or 3 in the morning, I was looking at Shakhtar Donetsk shirts, and I'm like, ooh, a Dario Serna one from like 2017, orange. Nice shirts.
Mason Mount that one.
Yeah.
To
be fair, the goalkeeper would have had that.
Good pressure to win that again, but behind you. Good pressure from Mount and Phillips pushing them. I think it was Kovacic.
Fucking hate Mexico, Jordi Sancaster. Fucking hate him.
It's like us, Scotland.
I would argue it's level.
I don't think we
not in terms of history, because it's a lot longer. I'm talking about game day intensity.
Yeah, I don't hate Scotland. I think I'm speaking from the outside. Maybe Scotland hate the English more, the other way around.
Wow.
But I think it's all political independence, all of that referendum.
Kind of like how Fiorentina hate Juventus, but Juventus, they hate Inter more.
Rashford's coming on. There's the first sub.
Yeah.
Be for Sterling, I imagine, or Foden if he's been booked.
Yeah, no, the rivalry USA Mexico, that's real. That's
Croatia making 2 subs.
Very, very intense. I would argue it's one of the best international rivalries. Seriously. Especially when the U.S. go to the Azteca. Mexican fans, they'll throw bags of piss at them, batteries, nails. They throw fucking anything. It's crazy.
Just saw Mount's free kick there, very, very close there. Nice to know we've got another set piece taker in the squad, which is always good.
A lot of Croatians on yellows. You got Chaleta Char, Brozovic, Kovacic. A lot of subs though.
Are you going to do this? Never do a sub before a corner.
Yeah. marking. Screw up that order, yeah.
So it's gone for the edge of the box. Ooh, it's one of them where it pings out to the edge of the box with a volley. Gone wide. He has corona. Vlasic is on.
Plays in the Russian league, doesn't he, Vlasic?
Just go Moscow.
Moscow.
Yeah. Brozovic is off.
Yeah, he's an attacking midfield. Yeah, Vlasic.
Kramaric is off. Not surprised by that.
That's a good move.
Brakalo, if I pronounced that right.
Yeah, Josip Brekalo. Yep.
I just had a look, and Orsic isn't even on the bench. I thought he would be. He's one of the three to miss out. I thought he'd be.
Foden's off.
Foden's off. Yeah, Spurs fans will know all about Miroslav Orsic in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Did he bag a hat-trick?
I think he did.
Yeah, hat-trick in the second leg when they were down 2-0. Yep.
Yeah. He scored a hat-trick against Atalanta on his Champions League debut, I believe, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Great player, but yeah, not even on the bench today. Interesting. He must be carrying an injury.
Yeah. Yeah, Josip Brekalo plays for VfL Wolfsburg, Germany, and then Orsic is at CSKA Moskva. Good player.
Yeah, Foden, decent game for Foden. Didn't quite have the impact that we wanted him to today. Soft booking, didn't deserve that at all. But I'm not sure how many bookings it is for a suspension in this tournament in the group stages. Presumably
Probably 3?
2.
Yeah, 2 in the group stages, and you missed the third one. I don't know.
And then they get cleared or something, don't they?
Yeah, it's always something daft like that.
USA is nasty.
Vlasic is wearing earrings untaped, which is against the rules. Just pointing that out. He's wearing untaped ear studs.
Hardly heard Modric's name mentioned. I think he was picking it up at the start of the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Subtime, yeah. Mexico is lovely for a holiday, though.
It is. I went to
some parts, I would say.
Mexico is a nice place to go on vacation. That's fine. That's
just stay out of Mexico City. You'll be fine. You won't come back in a body bag.
Chihuahua, Mexico. That's like one of the regions. Horrible crime and shit.
They kept Modric in check. He's not dictating. They don't stand a chance. Good start the Euros for England, says Luke. It's not over yet. John says, who's got COVID between you three? That's Steve. It's not us. It's not the England lads. Steve, are you okay? You got a lot of concerns, yeah?
I'm all right. Just fucking flu season.
Oh, wait until this goes out of play. Connor says, I don't hate the English team. It's the English media and pundits when it comes to international. Pickford. When it comes to international football that I hate because we tend to get disrespected by them and there seems to be a bit of arrogance.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you're the Croatian fan. We need a goal. Aaron, we need a good tournament after the last 18 months. Same for everyone, but it always unites us when we do well. Don't talk trash about my captain.
My captain.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it in the build-up that was going to be the key. The midfield battle would be won and lost. The game would be won and lost there. We've kept Modric quiet, we've kept Kovacic quiet, and now Brozovic has been subbed off. So he's clearly done a job there. Phillips and Rice doing excellent, and Mount as well, dropping back to offer support at times.
Dude, Kyle Walker again, some sketchy stuff near the goal with Pickford. Jesus Christ. Ugh. It's bouncing around. We're live for up to 6 hours straight today. Yeah.
He'll be a dead man walking by the end.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know how I'm going to fuck
What? Sterling, man. Got any left foot? Got to do better there. If you all remember, what's your favorite members video? What type of members video do you like?
What type of members videos? I like the sneak peeks. I like being in the know before anyone else. Makes me feel special.
Yeah, I normally do that. Tell you what's coming up on the channel and stuff, or Sam with the guests. Yeah, we've got some good guests coming up. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Scotland versus Czech Republic tomorrow. Spain versus Sweden tomorrow.
It's going to be a really good game, that Spain. Spain will be interesting.
It's the same as Zlatan's injured.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a massive loss. I think Isak's a good player, and I think it'll be nice to have him leading the line. I think it'll be interesting to see how they play. Obviously, Zlatan's a quality player, but he's too arrogant. You know, he's taking up a space in that team that other players have earned. He's obviously had a good season with Milan, but Sterling, useless.
Mr. Luke's on the wind-up. Goes on to say, can you please do us a favour? Keep telling the players on the field to keep up the amazing work.
And they're doing us a massive favour.
Clever defender Mike Walker there. I was at the Russia 2018 World Cup final. Fair play if you were.
That's pretty sick.
Should have been us.
He's on something. He's referring to Zinky. I don't wish injury on players you melt. We've all seen what happened yesterday, as in Zinky's saying injured Harry Kane. Not for that, mate. Yeah, we've ordered for that. No English. I don't want to see any English or Croatian player go down injury because it's their livelihood, it's their love. See how Kraft is in the tournament. Yeah. Will he start tomorrow?
Doubt it. John Stones.
I like when you go walk about and film in places around the northeast. Yeah. Try and keep that going.
Okay.
Connor asked what you got coming up after the watch long. It's all one video. We're just testing it out today. We're going to a full time for about 10 minutes chat about the game, then go straight to scoring the players for half an hour, Connor. And then we're just going to open up if anybody wants to jump on and have their say on the England game or the Euros in general. It's going to open that up. If it's quiet, we'll end it early. And Sam's meant to be joining us later on too. Jordy says, morning, Jay. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, it's mad to think that it's still morning in the US.
John Stone's carrying a slight knock now. He pulled up with it. Looked like a bit of cramp, actually. So be interesting to see how he carries on the rest of this game. You can't be losing him as well as Maguire for the rest of the tournament. Otherwise, you're going to have bloody Mings and Ben White or Cody.
I prefer Cody, me, out of the three.
I really like Ben White. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, Ben White. I would agree with that.
I think Cody is a good player, but can you justify? You know, Newcastle finished above Wolves this season. Can you? Why is Jamal Lascelles not in there?
Trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the plastic cut. Steve, when you've done that, and I watched that back, because obviously I'm behind the scenes doing everything normally on a match team. That had me in stitches. For people who don't know, we finished 12th and we're gobsmacked. Rebic is coming off, Petkovic is on. But we finished 12th, which we were gobsmacked. So Steve got a drinking bottle, put some paper on it and started celebrating. We've got 12th place trophy!
Yep. Very prestigious, yeah.
Thanks, Jody. You got a bit of work this afternoon. So Jay's off to work this afternoon.
I'm off to work at 10 p.m. tonight till 8 a.m. Sitting in a car.
Just over 10 minutes left. Do you take Harry Kane off, protect him for the next game if he is he carrying a bit of an injury from the earlier on?
Yeah.
Could do.
If you need a goal, you leave him on, but
they're gonna win 1-0.
Yeah.
They're gonna win 1-0. I just don't I don't know. If I had to pick a goal scorer for Croatia, it'd be probably Vlasic, honestly.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't really think it's going to happen.
I'm not even American. I can answer this for you. Yes, they do.
We have 4.
Or 4, I thought it was 3
4 times.
different times.
So I'm in New Hampshire, so that's in the eastern part. Yep. So that is eastern. Then if you move from right to left, that's the central time zone. So that's like Chicago, Michigan, that area, Iowa, that kind of stuff. Then when you go more over to the left, you've got like Colorado, not Missouri, Colorado, I think North and South Dakota. It might be mountain time.
Hey, Steve, I'm from Alabama. I slept with my sister. Well, it's gone quiet. I'm going to move on.
You mean my wife?
Your wife, your sister?
Cousin? I don't know.
Yeah, my uncle lives in America. He's been there for about 17 years now. He's one of the he works at Tampa Bay International Airport. And he started off going there. He was the guy who used to just chuck your suitcases on a little trolley. And then he's worked himself up. Then he was fueling planes. And then he's like head of his section or something. Bellingham's coming on.
Good. Probably for Rice or Phillips, I imagine. Maybe Mount.
I'm surprised he hasn't done more subs. You can do 5, can't you?
I think so.
Hey, Jude.
Yeah, big fan of Bellingham. I've not watched too much from the season. I've watched a couple of Dortmund games and obviously the
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, fair enough. You probably stick Sterling up top or Rashford. Yeah. It's very defensive. They'd probably stick Mount further up, less defensive responsibility. Have a midfield 3 of Rice, Phillips, and Bellingham. Unless he plays Bellingham as a striker, which I highly doubt. But it's a very strange one, that. We're a little bit under the cosh. A little bit. Letting them have too much of the ball. I don't like when a game plan switches when you take the lead and you just sit behind the ball and try and protect what you've got. I always want to see whoever it is that's playing.
Insurance goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's Newcastle, whether it's England, whoever, I always want to see them get out more and try and grab another one.
Yeah.
What do you make of Bellingham's inclusion in the squad? Obviously, a young kid. Really talented.
Absolutely justified. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you not think someone like James Ward-Prowse is more accomplished, more deserving of a spot like that?
That's kind of tough. I don't know. James Ward-Prowse. Well, because Prowse had like 9 goals this year, 7 assists, and I think he played every single minute.
He's played every minute for the last 2 seasons.
So he's durable. Set pieces, and they're amazing. I don't like maple syrup actually. To answer finish bat. I'm picky. Harry.
What's the best state you visited, Steve?
That's so tough.
Tell you where I'd love to go. Still, as California, the Sunshine State.
It's nice, but even if you go there as a tourist, the taxes, the sales tax on everything. I actually really like Las Vegas. So Nevada, I guess. I don't know. Las Vegas was just sick. No.
Yeah, it looks like. Oof. Go on.
Where's Zinky Slinky?
Yeah, Rashford up top. I'd imagine Sterling playing on one wing and then maybe Mount on the other.
Yeah, looks it.
Yeah. and then Phillips, Bellingham, and Rice. Honestly, I don't mind that because now Rice is sat in the central midfield, practically playing as a third centre back, and then Bellingham and Phillips have the license to press high, and if they get on the ball, to dribble with it like Phillips did for the opening goal. So I don't mind that substitution, if I'm honest. I think that's a smart decision, especially when we've got the 1-0 lead already.
Yeah.
Another Croatian change. Kovacevic is off. Pasalic, sorry. Mario Pasalic.
Yeah, Mario Pasalic, yeah.
Chelsea legend. How long has he been at Chelsea? And how many years has he been out?
4 years on loan.
Yeah.
He was at Spartak Moscow for a year or two. Then he went to Atalanta, I believe.
Yeah.
And then they made that permanent for like 15, 20 million.
Yeah, he signed for Chelsea in 2014 and never made a single appearance for them, and only left in 2020. So he's there for 6 years, 7 seasons without making a single appearance for them.
Yeah.
Offside. Bit of afters between the Croatians.
Honestly, of all the games that I've watched so far, this has probably been the worst.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Even the Wales game was entertaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah, because John Sommer was making some crazy and then not Joel Ward, Jesus. Danny Ward?
Is this the hottest game, or was it Baku?
That was in Baku.
Because it's 28 degrees in Wembley today.
Yeah,
Baku was a little bit later, so I think it might have been a bit cooler because of the time difference.
This might be the hottest game. That might be why.
Yeah.
But it's cagey because they're both at a similar level. I feel England probably have the better squad, but in the starting 11, I think they're very similar.
Wow, that's impressive. I know we've touched on it already, but the midfield battle, you've got Calvin Phillips, Leeds United player who's just been promoted, Declan Rice, West Ham have had a cracking season, and they've bullied the midfield so much that they've subbed off Italian champion Brozovic and Champions League winner Kovacic before the 90th minute. Like that's it. And Modric has just not been in the game at all. So we've really
shut up. Come on, man. All right. Jesus Christ. Zinky, if Croatia were playing sick, I have no problem complimenting Croatia. You've done fuck all. I don't even like England. England haven't even...
Had a minute.
So, if Croatia play well, or if they score a nice goal, I'll compliment them. They can't beat France, Germany, Portugal, Belgium, extra. England could beat Germany and Belgium.
As much as this has been a bad game, we haven't conceded one glaring opportunity.
300.
We haven't conceded one glaring opportunity. The defense has been solid.
Yeah.
So if you're going
as well.
When you're coming up against these great teams, yes, they can be fantastic teams, but they need to create their own chances. We're not going to make it easy for them. And this is without a full strength defense. You're missing Luke Shaw probably in that left back position, and then probably Harry Maguire at centre back as well. So
clash of heads.
Whoa.
Bellingham and Duda. Wouldn't want to get nutted off in mind.
No.
Vida, sorry, not Duda.
Considering there's a severe lack of experience in this England side internationally, we're handling the management of the game very well. That has been one of our weaknesses in the past. So we're seeing it out quite well. I say that we're going to concede in the 90th minute now. So,
but you haven't beaten Croatia in 2018. Yeah, you want to live in the past, dude.
But didn't we beat Croatia in the Nations League?
At the end, it doesn't matter.
Did you
anyway,
beat these guys?
So they lost the final.
These guys?
It doesn't matter, does it?
Hey, Slinky, Slinky, Pinky, you lost.
Isn't Slinky off Toy Story? Is that not the
Slinky,
dog?
Yeah.
Is that not the dog?
Yeah, yep. Well, nothing against Austria, nothing. 1-0. It's not sexy stuff, but I got, it's
Doesn't have
true.
to be.
1-0 to the England. 1-0 to the England. 1-0 to the England. 1-0. And he still don't sing.
Goal in normal time, so we can win the Euros with winning just 1-0 and seeing it through.
Or even 0-0 on penalties, yeah.
So
Next I mentioned from the commentators, says Kelsey. I'll be having the Austria game on whilst we're chatting away.
Yeah, I think so. Calvert-Lewin warming up as well. He's putting ice on his head and on his cheeks before he comes on. Calvert-Lewin must be roasting. Surprised they don't have shade in the dugouts for the subs to sit under. They're just exposed to the elements there.
Nah, like for real. Honestly, this performance was worse than Turkey, Croatia. This is like probably worse than Russia last night too, because Russia did have a chance or two.
Turkey, I mean, as bad as Turkey were, they did create a couple of chances against Italy. Yeah. They just didn't have the numbers.
Mainly take us under.
Yeah.
Well, I heard, yeah.
I'd rather play bad and win in the first game.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, you got to get points, wins. That's it. Goals.
It's 4 points basically.
Yeah. If we win, I couldn't care less how we played.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Sterling. Is off.
I am enjoying the high press that we are adopting from time to time. Rice and Phillips have both been really good at stepping up and pressing Modric when he's on the ball. They've not given him an inch of breathing room. He had a 5 minutes at the start of the second half where he was getting on the ball. We quickly snuffed that out and been very impressed with that. I thought, although if we come up against a team like Italy who move the ball around quickly, then they could bypass that press quite easily. So
yeah.
That's the worry. Yeah. I'm not being nervous at all today. I don't think.
Yeah.
We haven't been threatened, have we?
No, I mean Walker's had a couple of dodgy moments. Keeper's not been particularly. Well, keeper's been all right. Trippier's had a couple as well, but nothing particularly threatening. So got to be pleased with that. Oh, Rashford's
no Grealish. That's weird.
Yeah, I think if we were still 0-0, that we would have seen him come on.
Yeah,
but I think he's just probably saving him to start against Scotland.
4 minutes added on, Mr. Luke, with the Peter.
That was a good call there because that could have been a nervous moment with Mings and Pickford. Just clearly shouted for it. Mings.
The Kane went off. He was the captain. He gave the captain's armband to Sterling, and now Sterling's off, so he's got to pass the captain's armband on to someone else.
You do, Zinky. You're right. You did. Yeah.
There is still a chance.
Just 1 minute.
In Scott. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
It's not about. It depends on the midfield. I think Stuart Armstrong. He's used to the high press with Southampton, so.
Steve Clark's a decent manager. I think he found his perfect role as a Scottish national. Yeah, very impressive what they're doing because they do kind of the same thing that England like to fuck around with sometimes, where they'll have like Tierney at a left center back of a back three, and then Robertson. Now Reece James in a back three, and then another right back. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Scotland that. They're not the strongest side in the world, but we've got two of the best left backs in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, Tierney's sick.
It's unfortunate for Scotland. Nice from Pickford there, coming out and claiming that nice and loud.
Well, what do you guys think of Saka, by the way? Bukayo Saka.
Big fan. I like him.
What about you, Lee?
I like him because he's a Toon fan.
Oh,
I say that every time his name's mentioned because his dad drilled it into him when he was a boy to support Newcastle.
yeah. Nice.
I think
But
I
I think he's versatile. He can play in several positions. He's still young, quick. Way over the bar. That's it. We've won 1-0.
come on,
Yeah.
massive.
Celebrating.
We'll never get that like 2 hours back.
I suppose it's bad for you because you're not happy with the win because you didn't win your bet. You don't support
Well, no,
England.
because I actually have a parlay with with an England win. I did
Right.
England, North Macedonia, and Netherlands. For like
Pick up
$1.
Macedonia. Wow.
Yeah,
Brave shout.
crazy stuff happens in these tournaments.
No, I know. Don't get me
Finland.
wrong.
You know.
Yeah. That's a massive win. Great start to the tournament.
Change the video.
Me and
title.
Brandon are actually the only two people in Scorito to have Macedonia wins today.
I think I've gone.
Lee, didn't you go 1-1?
I think so. I think I went. This was a draw. I think the next one a draw. I think I went for Ukraine to beat Holland tonight. I kept a little bit quiet about that.
I think I've got Ukraine to win. I'm not in the Scorito, but I think I've got some form of prediction there.
First ever win. Ever in the Euros. I thought I was right.
Bloody hell. Times are changing. It's coming home.
It's coming. Hope we look and see. It's coming. It's coming.
He hates it.
It's coming home. Sorry, hearing that every year, every couple of years. At the end of the day, it's a win. And in all honesty, Steve, you could probably say this is neutral. Croatia didn't threaten us. You're staying quiet now, are you, Steve?
Huh? No, I'm sorry. I'm just zoning out.
I'm saying, although England have won, it's not the greatest performance, but it is against a very good side.
Yeah.
Yes, an aging side, but Croatia didn't test Jordan Pickford at all today.
Yeah, no, because it was mostly Kyle Walker just dicking around and the ball bouncing around, at the edge of the goalie box. Or that was as close as they got. And Kremrich didn't lunge into it or anything. It was really, really flat, really flat. So
England fans are singing away, celebrating there. We are looking to try and get some England fans celebrations put on the channel later on tonight as well. So keep an eye out for that, because we know the English like to sing in bars and dance on the street in tournaments, which is always
a group stage win.
Probably, yeah. It's just look, it's
you've never been in England for an international tournament. It shows.
Group stage.
Zinky's backtracking now. Zinky, in all honesty, I think Croatia will get out the group. I just think you weren't at it in the final third today. That's all I think it's down to.
Yeah.
England defence was superb again. Says Hippie, I would agree on that. Kept Croatia out of bay. And
Blinky, what? Sorry, no. Go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
No, go on.
Huh?
Go on. What are you going to say?
So Zlinky, what makes you actually logically explain in the comments what did you see today from Croatia that you're like, oh, we're gonna smash you? It's just no. Well, then the other side of it, it's coming home.
Go on, Steve.
Can't get any peace.
It's coming home. It's coming.
We'll get you singing it by the end of the tournament when we win.
Hell no.
Yeah, we will.
I'll get you guys singing about Emil Heskey's massive.
I don't know. Is it on Pornhub? Is that what you've been watching this?
No, I'll send it to.
No, it's okay. Oh, it looks absolutely glorious in Wembley. Fans singing their heads off. Yeah, England will be good spirits tonight. Croatia were poor, Zinky lad. You just didn't create any clear-cut chance to save Kelsey. Totally agree on that. So bring on Austria versus North Macedonia. Game of the year.
Yeah.
Watch that end up 3-3. Because you always find that though the games that you don't want to watch have got goals galore. But overall, England have actually got 3 points the first time in the Euros in the opening game. We have a draw or lose the first opener. Matt, that is massive because we're going into the Scotland game with a little bit less pressure. We don't have to win that game. I still think that we can't lose it because it's against the rivals, but much better position now. We can relax tomorrow, watch Scotland versus Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's massive because now of the 2 games you've got left, you realistically only need 1 point from those 2, so it takes the pressure off completely. Scotland will be mentality-wise, they'll be looking forward to the England game the most. I know it's probably a bit reductionist to say that Scotland fans won't care about getting out of the group. They'll probably care about beating England more than they care about getting out of the group because realistically, they don't believe that they can go on and win this tournament, whereas some England fans might. So Scotland will want to come away from this saying, we beat England, because they'll just lord that trophy for a few years. So the mentality-wise, those players are going to be up for it. And the England players might not be in the same frame of mind, but now that pressure of actually needing a result is taken off it, like you say. So be an interesting game. See, I think it'll be a completely different lineup to the one he selected today. With, I think, Grealish will start as well. We'll probably have a proper back four rather than a makeshift one. But yeah, looking forward to that game.
Do you reckon Maguire will be ready, Steve, in time for Scotland?
What'd you say? Sorry.
You reckon Maguire will be ready to come back into the England squad, or do you think it's too risky?
I mean, based off today, I think he'd be fine. But Maguire still is like a. When did they win a final? Oh my God, Zinky.
We won the World Cup in 1966.
Yep. And Croatia made a final, so that's a trophy. Second place. You're the first losers.
No one remembers the losers.
That's true, you don't normally, do you? Unless you're Newcastle United entertainers, which everyone seems to remember them.
Yeah.
Steve, as a neutral, what do you think? I know you said earlier on the performance wasn't the greatest, but
for little periods of time, yeah, it was.
For England though, they took us out the 3 games and we've got 3 points.
That's the name of the game. That's how you I think 4 or 5 points will be enough. So, but yeah, job done. Wasn't sexy, but it's a result. Clean sheet.
But you've never won a trophy. Sorry, Zinky. Croatia. I know you were only
Slinky.
Even when you Yugoslavia before that, you didn't win anything. Come on, Scotland. I'll jump on a reaction with you guys later on. Connor, we're opening up in about half an hour, so if you stick around, I'll start putting the link in the comments in about 15 minutes, so you can start getting ready if you just want to come in. Croatia will second in the group and play France.
Fingers crossed.
I hope. No, don't they play someone else? Because it's us who plays the group. If you finish top, don't you play the group of death?
I'm not sure which way around it is. I'll have a look now. But,
I think if you come second in the group, you play the other winner. So England have won. Raheem Sterling as the goal is replayed. Got the win. We're going to move on to scoring the players in about 60 seconds or so. But Scotland versus Czech Republic tomorrow. Steve, how do you see that one going?
Scotland, Czech. Jesus. I think I did. Fuck.
Corona.
I think I did 1-1 for that game. Scotland, Czech Republic. I see that kind of as like a Wales versus what's it called? Switzerland. Like, you got some really good players on both teams, but like overall they're not amazing per se, I guess. But probably about 1-1.
Yeah, I remember the Czech Republic when they had. Do you remember Jan Koller? Jan Koller up top.
Nedved,
Rosicki, Repka.
Yep.
Great side. Boborski. Yeah, they had some quality. Smica, Milan Barros. Yeah, it was a great side. Great side. What? I can't pronounce his name. Thomas Usfilesli. Used to play for Fiorentina, centre back, long hair. But yeah, that'll be a good game. England versus Scotland tomorrow.
Czech Republic versus Scotland.
You're going to go for Scotland?
No. You said England versus Scotland tomorrow.
Oh, did I? It's because I've got England on the brain. Do you know when I went to New York? This is a true story. When I went to New York for the first time, they all thought I was Scottish.
Really?
Yeah, they all thought I was Scottish. So obviously, I speak slang automatically, and if people stop us, and they used to always say, "Oh, so where's Newcastle?" it's 60 miles off Scotland. So they assume 60 miles off Scotland border that I'm Scottish. And I had to explain it. Goes, no, inside of England, I'm 60 miles away. Because 60 miles for Americans is just next door. Where it's just like for us and Matt, it's like fucking hell, it's an hour and a half drive or an hour drive.
Yeah.
That's for you, it's just next door.
Yeah,
second play, Kelsey's confirmed it there. Second, if you come second, plays the team in Spain's group.
Yeah. So that's Poland, Sweden, Spain, and Slovakia. Yeah. So I'd probably say Sweden or Poland second place if Spain are going to top that group. So it could be dangerous because Spain could finish second in that group really well.
Fucking hell.
There's no easy routes in this tournament, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not at all. Right then. So scoring the players, it's 4:00. We'll try and put it on schedule as best that we can. Scoring the players, we're going to go through the England start 11 and the 3 substitutes. Calvert-Lewin's probably going to get a non-applicable, and then we'll give Mr. Southgate a rating for today. We'll go right or left. I'll go with you, Steve, with Jordan Pickford.
You had like nothing to do, standard 6.
Mr. 6. Yeah, bang for the middle.
Yeah, 6. He didn't really have much to do.
Yeah, he wasn't tested as much, was he? He was literally just claiming. I think the organisation was much better with him and Mings, because obviously we all talked about the game that we're a little bit worried about Pickford, and he hasn't. In all honesty, though, Steve, he wasn't even tested.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, standard 6.
The standard 6 with Jordan Pickford, didn't do anything wrong. We'll move across to Kyle Walker for you, Matt.
I'll probably give him a 5, just because I know it was just a bit of a boring game. There's very loose passes from him. Didn't look the most solid at the back, and he's very much not helped himself in terms of the starting place. With Trippier on the other side playing, and Reece James as well. We know he's a quality player, so we could see a likely predicted change in that right back position for the Scotland game. If not the Scotland game, definitely the Czech Republic. So yeah, not the greatest game for Kyle Walker today. Didn't really do too much. Didn't do himself any favours.
Yeah, there's that. The 2 crossfield passes were really, really dangerous, weren't they? I mean, we could be punished later in the tournament if he's doing that, but didn't seem to get up and down that flank as much, did we?
No, he's we know he loves to get forward. He doesn't score many goals, but he likes to bomb forwards, and just didn't do that. Didn't get past the halfway line today, so that's probably on instruction from the manager. But yeah, just poor from him today. Didn't get forwards, didn't defend well, and just gave the ball away a bit too often for me.
Steve, would you change the right back for the next game versus Scotland, or are you happy with Walker?
Yeah, absolutely, because like if like they've had 3 straight 1-0 wins. It's not going to happen forever. You're going to have to. The Scotland game, I would not have Kyle Walker in there because I think Alexander-Arnold is better defender, better set pieces.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I would go Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, but he's injured, mate, so you can't play him from the tournament. But I would if he was fit. But I've got John Stones. I think he was really, really good.
Yeah,
superb. So I'm going to score him an 8 out of 10. Protected Pickford. I also think the 2 holding midfielders in front of him protected the defence well. The partnership with Mings was good. Didn't really get tested. That's a credit again to the midfield and the defence. Yeah, it was pretty easy afternoon. So Pickford didn't have any saves. So John Stones 8 out of 10 for me. Fabulous game, and he'll be looking forward to Maguire coming back. You've got Tyrone Mings, and we were worried about this, Steve, earlier on in this afternoon. For me, he didn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, he wasn't as good as John Stones, but yeah, like a 7 out of 10. Actually, no, we'll go 8. We'll go 8.
Yeah, I thought he had a good game. I know we were all like, "Oh God, Mings, he's going to cost us." But what do you rate his performance, Matt?
Yeah, well, he was on a par with Stones. I think maybe slightly worse. He won a lot of. I think there was a comment there said he won a lot of the physical battles, but made a couple of mistakes as well. And I think that pretty much summed it up. He wasn't bullied by Kramaric. He wasn't outpaced by Perisic or Rebic. He stood himself up well. He did make a couple of mistakes, but he won the important battles at the end of the day. Didn't give them a sniff. So very impressed with him today. I really thought he was going to be a weak link in the side and cost us the game. So be interesting to see whether he starts once Maguire's back and fit. But with Maguire not being even on the bench today, I'd suggest that he probably isn't ready for the Scotland game.
No. Later on the tournament, though, Steve, Do you see England switching to 3 at the back or sticking to the 2?
I mean, yeah, I would say so because France are just they're gonna smother you. Maybe not against Portugal. Maybe, Jesus, I don't know. If England theoretically did play Portugal, who do you think would be on the front foot? They're both pretty counter-attacking.
Yeah,
I would probably lean more towards Portugal on the front foot.
It depends on the lineups, really. It depends on the midfield that England choose to put out.
Yeah.
For everybody watching, we're going to be posting the link for you to come on. We're going to start bringing fans in towards the end after we've scored the players. Please come on, have your say. Whether you're an England fan, Scotland fan, neutral, whatever you're. Come here, Zlinky. If you want to come on, the link is in the description there. We'll move on to you've got Kieran Trippier, Matt.
I do, unfortunately. I'd probably give him a 6 just because he was slightly better than Kyle Walker, but didn't look comfortable in the left-back position. In the warm-up games, I was really impressed with him. I thought he played really well. Obviously won the league with Atletico this season. We know his talent. We know he's been in with this England squad for a while. Just didn't look comfortable because he'd clearly been told not to push too far forward. So every time he got to the halfway line, it was a bit like watching Jamal Lewis. He just turned around and passed it backwards. So not the best performance from him today, but didn't really put a foot wrong. Wasn't beaten defensively. I don't know if you think 6 is a bit harsh, but I think he's bang average today.
Yeah, he didn't go on we've talked about it already. Both fullbacks didn't bomb on, and they're probably the conscious and worried about Croatia in behind. But you talk about Croatia's front 3. We looked at it. I mean, Kramaric didn't even test Trippier for me. So I think that might be a testament. Trippier done well defensively. Offensively, didn't really offer anything. And then Perisic on the other side, again, Walker going forward didn't offer anything, but defensively he was great. So we've stopped their attack, and I found it a bit odd that Chilwell wasn't playing. Do you think that'll be Trippier again, Matt, for the Scotland game, or is that Chilwell comes in, or even Shaw?
I don't know, because it depends if Chilwell's carrying injury, because if he's not in the squad today at all, he must be injured, because there's no way he'd be missing out on that substitutes bench as well. So I'd like to see Shaw starting. I like Luke Shaw. I think he's good. A good little player. So I'd like to see him starting. Probably will still be Trippier, knowing Southgate. He doesn't like to rotate things too much in a tournament. So unless Chilwell is fit to start on the bench, which case think we'll see Shaw starting, but I think it will probably just be the same.
Right, we'll move into midfield. I'm keeping Calvin Phillips for you, Matt, so don't worry. Declan Rice, I'm going to score him an 8 as well. I talked about it before, protecting. I think Phillips had a better game than Rice. No pressure, Matt. But I think the two certain midfielders protected the defence. Nothing came. Everything was coming out wide for Croatia. And like I say, the fullbacks dealt with that because of the jobs that they were doing in midfield. You talk about Modric going to be dictating the play. You were worried about that. You were worried about Brozovic, Kovacic as well. I thought we dealt with them absolutely superb and stopped Croatia's tiki-taka style of football with those midfield 3. So Declan Rice will be chuffed keeping a clean sheet and a great performance. And, you know, Jordan Henderson's got a bit of work to do to get on that side. Obviously, he not being fully fit with both Phillips coming in. Steve, I'll just come to you. With Jordan Henderson still not fully fit, does he warrant an automatic start in the next couple of games if he's fit?
I mean, that's kind of tough. I don't know, because he hasn't played in a really long time. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference. Like I would rather have a guy who's been consistently playing, knows how to handle that grind, instead of just throwing someone into the, like, why would you throw Henderson in? Not that he's not good or he's not experienced, just physically, if going up against Scotland, you're gonna be trying to, fucking killing them. So
Fair enough. I'm going to be saving Mr. Phillips in a second, so I'll come over to Mason Mount. Steve?
Nothing really special. He didn't really get on the ball too much. He didn't really have to, I guess, because they won. But
Couple of free kicks.
Right, that was on what? Fucking hell. That was the one where it went like what? Right over the bar?
Yeah.
The free kick? Yeah. No, that was...
Did he create enough?
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's doing off day, It's probably him because he's been playing for Chelsea a lot.
What you scoring him?
Probably just like a 5.
Wow, that bad.
I don't know. Like 5 is dead in the middle. A little. Was it from what you guys make of Mount? Was it below standard today? A standard 6?
I think it was quieter, but I can understand why.
I can see why, he was a bit invisible, but I thought he did really well at getting himself involved with the press defensively. He didn't create much. Which we don't see from him at Chelsea too much. But I thought 5 might be a little bit harsh, but it's around the 5-6 area for me. Yeah, I think he wasn't his best game for sure.
Yeah, and it's all right because they got the win. So, that's truly all that matters. But
yeah, and we've got talent abundance in behind the strike and that position because you've still got people that come in who can do a job. I think Mount will be a Southgate regular for the majority of this tournament. If England are already through after 2 games, yeah, you could give him a rest and you could probably rest Harry Kane and what have you. But Mason Mount will no doubt will probably start the majority of the games. Right, Matt, you've been itching to get him. Calvin Phillips, fire away. He's on TV speaking now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you lads agree, but he was my man of the match today. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant pivot with Declan Rice. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them two start for the next couple of group games in midfield alongside each other. I don't think Henderson's getting into that team ahead of those two, especially on the form that they're on. Just both of them dominated the midfield today. You mentioned, Lee, when you're talking about Rice, that midfield battle and how the 3 Croatians just weren't involved today. And that was a big part because Declan Rice sat in front of the back four and was that cover, that foil that stopped the fast breaks and that allowed Phillips to exercise his legs. Like I said earlier in the build-up, he's part of a Leeds team that presses high, that constantly run. He did that today. Like whether that was fouling the defender on the edge of Croatia's box to stop a counter-attack, I don't mind that, as long as they're not playing out from the back. And he did excellent at the high press. And when the game was slowing down, it was starting to lull. Croatia were getting back into it. He took it upon himself. He thought, fuck it, I'm going to carry the ball 10, 15 yards, play a nice ball into Sterling and got us the goal that won the game. So I'm giving him a 9.5. Don't think it was quite a perfect performance.
Yeah.
But honestly, I thought it was incredible. And the fact that he got called up, his first call up was when he was in the Championship with Leeds, shows what a talented player he is and how much Southgate likes him.
Yeah.
It's Calvin with a K, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all right. It'd be fine. I don't think he cares after a performance like that.
He was. Steve, you're the neutral again. And do you think he was England's best player?
Yeah, I would say so. Part of the assist because Raheem, he didn't have his best game today. So I would say Calvin Phillips. But fuck. Yeah, Raheem, he did get the goal, but Calvin Phillips, yeah, he's very versatile. He can do a little bit of everything. Pretty intelligent player. Yeah, 9.5 is pretty fair.
Sam says harsh on Mount from previously. Man of the match, Kevin Phillips.
Not that bastard.
Oh, Sam's going to love that. He's going to set that up now. Calvin Phillips. 3 points well deserved. Good luck to Scotland tomorrow. I will be saying good luck. No, not me. Did the fans boo today? I've got no idea. I'm presuming he means when they're taking the knee. No idea. Audio's on mute, otherwise we'll get hit with a copyright strike, which we don't want. Even Trippier made some bad passes in the second half. Looks shaky. Shaw should be playing against weaker teams. He produces much more going forward. And afternoon, Thomas as well. If you guys want to join the stream, there's a link in the description for you. So you can park in our green room. We'll open that up very, very shortly. So do come on and have your say if you want to. So Calvin Phillips looks like he's going to get man of the match, but we've still got a few players to go through. I would agree. I think we're all in agreement that he's England's best player. And again, it gives Southgate a lot more options now because we thought Henderson, because he loves him, would automatically start. And going into the Scotland game now, it will Henderson. He didn't even get any minutes today, which probably surprised me a little bit. So that probably another 4 more days training. We'll see. But I wouldn't be against him sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I've got Raheem Sterling, who grabbed the goal. Finishing was a little bit all over. I've just seen a shot there in the second half with his left foot. I wanted to his end product to be a little bit more better today. I say that before the England goal. But he was making a lot of runs. I loved the bit for his goal where Phillips was driving forward and Sterling's in like a number 10 position when Phillips picks the ball up and he just darts and starts running. A bit like a striker's movement that you would see all your good strikers score. I'm going to score him an 8 out of 10 because he did get the match winner. I do think Calvin Phillips does outboss him in terms of the ratings. If he didn't score that goal, I probably would have scored him probably a couple of notches down, maybe a 6. But he's the match winner for England. He'll grab the headlines, no doubt, because his name's in the lights. What do you reckon of Sterling's performance today?
I think it was solid. You know, he wasn't afraid to get on the ball, run at some players. He ended the season really poorly for his standards. You know, he's obviously notched a few goals and assists this season. We know he's a quality player, but ended the season on very poor form. And I think he was still showing shadows of that today. But he's looking to kind of come out the other side of it. He got the goal today. And I think that'll give him the world of confidence going into the next game. Yeah.
Steve, is he a match winner for England?
Yeah, I think an 8 out of 10 is fair because without that goal, you're not guaranteed another. It's all shoulda, coulda, woulda at that point. So yeah, an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, would you keep him in that side, or do you think Grealish is better? I know Sterling scored, which has got the headlines. Great.
Yeah.
Deep into the tournament, is he your first?
No, I would say Grealish in front of Sterling, to be honest.
So yeah, I would as well. I would totally agree on the other than that. I would like to say Grealish giving a go. I think if he plays against the Scots, I think Grealish might be, I know we say kick, but I think he would get even kicked more because all the Scots know the English and the English know majority of the Scots because half of them play in England, half of them are in the Scottish Premier League. So we'll see how that goes. Phil Foden, Steve, you've got him, hit the post earlier on. Substituted later on in the game.
Yeah.
How do you feel he got on?
That was pretty lively. Like you said, you had that shot off the post. He made some good runs. Nothing really Gaza like, but you know he I don't know, 7.
7 out of 10 for Phil Foden.
Yeah.
I think you can perform better, but it's the first game of the tournament.
Yeah.
Heat is horrendous, 28 degrees.
Yeah. We
can't play in heat. I mean, we're English, you know what I mean? We're twisted about the weather. If it's too hot, we cry. If it's too cold, we cry. But I think you'll get better in the tournament. Matt, would you keep them in?
I maybe wouldn't keep him in against Scotland. I think give someone else a chance in that. Maybe Saka, if you're looking for a wider player, or Grealish has got to start really for me against Scotland. You keep his momentum going. But I think if we give Foden a rest, especially with that booking as well that he picked up, the very soft booking, but a booking nonetheless.
Yeah.
Just break him into the tournament. You know, like we know he's not afraid of a big game. He's scored for City on the biggest stages. So, he doesn't need to play the meaningless group games to build confidence. We know he's that kind of player already. So to give some other lads a chance, get them involved, get them some minutes. And then surely we should build the confidence of the other lads. So we've got a deeper squad to pick from come the later stages of the tournament.
Let's go to some of your comments before we move on. Kane is useless, says
was. Not is.
He's definitely not useless. He's going to score a few. He was there. Got the golden boot in the last World Cup. Phillips made it easier for Rice. He was solid and closed down Modric when he stepped in England's half. Yeah, Phillips was more aggressive, definitely. Said no, there weren't any boos. Says Sam, who I can see in the background. Sam's going to be joining us in the next 10 minutes. There was big cheers for the name, which is nice to hear, which is great. And another one, ABD says, glad we got 3 points, but it was like watching paint dry. I think just getting 3 points today was, we're not expecting to play sexy football. Just get the points, get it on the board, because the last thing you want going into the Scotland game needing a result. Foden started lively, but phased out in the second half. I would agree on that. It's a 7 out of 10 for Phil Foden. Matt, you've got the striker who was useless, according to one of our comments, Harry Kane.
Yeah, didn't have his best game in any shirt, really. He was a bit out of the game today, very frustrated. You pointed out during the live stream that, he kept dropping deeper and deeper, throwing his hands up when he didn't get the ball. I mean, he needs to control that, because when we get later in the tournament, we're going to be playing some really good teams and we're not going to have a lot of the ball, and he's going to be starved of possession. He needs to keep his head in the game. Just wasn't in the game at all today. One positive thing for the goal, he did make a good run, occupied Vida, just basically grabbed Vida and kept him out. There was a massive gap for Sterling to run into. So proper strikers play from him there. I'd probably give him a 6. You might think he deserves less than that today. It was a poor performance by his standards, but I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. He didn't waste any chances. But didn't do the best today. Probably will start every game for us. Might not, you could argue that, give him a rest against Scotland. It's not a must-win game. Let him get a bit of. It's not a must-win. I think it's a must get a result.
Lose.
Yeah, must not lose. And maybe against the Czech Republic, if we win or get a draw against Scotland, that very much is a nothing game. Give him a rest then for the later stages. But yeah, poor performance by his standards, but not poor by average standards, I think.
Yeah. Steve, say do you know the Wolves trophy that you made? That's what the Scots will. If Scotland beat us, we'll never hear the end of it. We will not hear the end of it. So that's why it's a must not lose game for England versus Scotland, especially when we're so close to the board as well. Yeah. And it's an old rival, and it goes back to William Wallace and all of that. Have you seen Braveheart? Oh, mate, that's your homework tonight. You've got to watch Braveheart tonight, ready for the Scotland game tomorrow. Watch it. It's got Mel Gibson in it. I can't believe you've never seen that. What a film that is. I'll crush you like a wham. Right. My brat. Sorry. Marcus Rashford, who got about 20 minutes, didn't really have an impact on the game. Croatia were trying to get bodies forward. I'm going to score him an average 5. There was no impact on it. Again, be more used throughout the tournament, whether he starts from the left or he comes off the bench or as an impact player. He will be used a lot more, without a shadow of a doubt, but looking forward to seeing if Rashford can nick a goal or two. Good on the free kicks, gives England more options, probably penalty taker as well if Kane's not about, if we need a shootout. But yeah, we'll see Marcus Rashford more in the tournament, but didn't have anything to do. And then, Steve, you've got Hey Jude Bellingham. You're a big fan of him, aren't you?
Yeah, no, Bellingham, absolutely. It's tough because, well, first off, it was really cool to see he's the youngest ever player at the Euros in the history of the tournament.
Is he?
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't know that.
Ian Dark told me that. Yep.
So you've got a different commentary team to us. Sound of that?
Beautiful.
Yeah. He wasn't on for really that long. But he got come on the 81st, 82nd minute, so including stoppage time, he got about 12 minutes. Yeah, I just saw the game out. It wasn't anything spectacular. Wasn't really enough time to grade him. But
so you're gonna go 10 minutes, non-applicable?
Yeah, 10 minutes. He didn't screw up, so sure, standard 6. He didn't screw up.
All right, you're going for a scoreline. So you're scoring more than Rashford, who had longer and do anything. It's your call. You can get grief in the comments, not me.
No, it's fine. No, we'll do. Yeah.
Hey Jude, get to 6 out of 10, despite only having 10 minutes. Again, will we see him more in the competition, Matt, with Jordan Henderson coming back?
I think we should. I think Southgate, is a big believer in youth and promoting the youth, and I think Henderson's probably in the squad more as a talisman and a leader in the dressing room rather than on the pitch. You'll probably see him come on and make an appearance and maybe start the odd game, but I think Southgate's definitely going to have a view, obviously this tournament, but he's going to have one eye on the World Cup as well. And if you can get someone like Jude more minutes.
I hate it when they do this Archie Gemmill goal over and over and over. Every time you watch Scotland, there's an Archie Gemmill goal against Brazil all the time. It's like, honestly, right. Sorry, Matt, carry on.
Tell us how you really feel. So I think that he'll probably get a few more minutes off the bench. I can't see him starting a game. If he does start a game, it will be in a group stage game. I can see it maybe being against the Czech Republic in that final game if we win against Scotland and we've kind of secured our place in the next round. But I really like the lad, and it gives us that options of a midfield 2 or a midfield 3 when he comes on the pitch. We saw that pivot with Declan Rice as the holding midfielder and Phillips and Bellingham either side of him. So I like him. I like him a lot. I think Southgate thinks highly of him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of him in this tournament.
See how the young lad gets on, and mad when Birmingham retired his shirt.
Well, you can see why now.
He only played about 25 games and he retired his number.
That was so weird, that shirt retiring thing.
Yeah.
It was a bit strange. I mean, if he's an Alan Shearer 10-year or a Roy Keane or whatever, I could get it. But yeah, a kid who's played 25 games, a bit strange. Very strange. The last one is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, came on the 91st, 92nd minute. Yeah, he's not getting scored. I mean, you'll play it back up to Harry Kane. But again, today, Southgate didn't do that because he brought Rashford into striker. But again, it gives Southgate options. Rashford for the middle, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't think we'll see much in the tournament, to be honest, because Kane will play, especially knockout football. Kane won't be subbed off in knockout football. But yeah, he's there. He'll score. I think he's a nice replacement. Not quite at the standard of Harry Kane, but it's an option off the bench and possibly if you want to go direct. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin gets a non-applicable. Right, we've all got to agree with Southgate. Steve, is it coming home?
No.
It's coming home. Come on, Steve. It's coming. It's going round in your head, isn't it, Steve? Football's coming home. Right, Southgate. Let's picture this then. First game of the tournament. It's against the strongest opposition. We've came away 1-0 win. Performance-wise, bits and spells weren't great, but you probably call that a professional job well done.
Yeah. Yeah, like...
Tell me your thoughts.
7.
Why?
I'll go 8. Clean sheet. You beat the best opponent in your group in theory, and yeah, you get 3 points on the board. You only needed like one or two more. So yeah, like an 8.
8 out of 10 for Southgate. Right, Matt?
I'd definitely give him an 8, if not any higher, just because in terms of any mistakes we made today, any negatives, they were purely down to the players. You look at the fullbacks, and you can't really say that's down to selection because he's picked those players on merit. You know, you've got a Spanish league champion and a English league champion. You know, you put them on the pitch, you expect them to do all right. I thought the team selection was perfect for the game. He took a couple of risks.
Right, I want everybody in the comments just to say it's coming home, Steve. Everybody in the comments, get in the comments now. It's coming home, Steve, because he's sick of it already. Let's torture the American, please. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Go on.
No, that's all right. Well, it is coming home, Steve. You just got to accept it. But yeah, I thought he set up the team perfectly today. He took risks. He put Mings in, put Trippier in, and paid off to some extent. We kept a clean sheet, like Steve said. Come away with the 3 points at the end of the day, and like you said, best opposition in the group stage. And you've got a very inexperienced team out there in your midfield. Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, Mason Mount's inexperienced at international tournaments as well. So for them to pull off a result like that in the first game, like you say, first Euros win, first game of the first Euros. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but the first win of a Euros in the first game ever for us, which
England have won the opening match of the Euros for the first time in 10 attempts.
And it's coming home, Steve. It's coming home. It's coming home. I don't think Connor's going to agree. Connor's going to come in short. He's got his Scotland shirt on.
But yeah, 8 out of 10.
But yeah, Southgate, you guys have gone 8. I would probably agree on that. I think there's a notch that we can go up, but considering it is Croatia, it's a tough opponent. The Croatia you would expect to get out the group, maybe go the last 8. I don't think they're as strong as what they were 3 years ago, but clean sheet, red hot. 28 degrees. The British kind of play in warm weather. Even Connor will tell you that when he comes on. We're twisting moan about the weather, but yeah, professional job. I didn't agree with Mings. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't agree with Trippier at left back. I would have preferred to say Grealish start, but we've got 3 points, and realistically, in the next 2 games, England only need a point, and you should see yourself through. So yeah, we're all pretty happy with that. 8 out of 10 for Gareth Southgate. We've got a couple of comments. Coming through. I wonder what these might say. I'll join in. Wolfstone as well. Wolfstone, if you want to join in, there's a link in the description if you want to come in and have your say. I'll paste it now. We've got Sam going to be coming in a sec. Do you guys want to jump off? Do you guys want to stay? And it's entirely up to you guys.
I don't mind staying, but I'm going to get a drink if I am.
That's okay. Steve, are you hanging about?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Right, okay, let's bring in Sam. We'll keep the 4 of us in. We'll talk a little bit about the match. Mr. Mulliner.
Hello.
How was the game for you? I need to duck down a little bit.
Pretty much. I mean, I haven't seen what you lads have been saying, but so I apologise if I repeat anything that you've
Oh, but
already
we
said.
have to watch your Greenwood and Mulliner show every week. Yeah, I see how it is. That's it. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you don't have to. Plenty don't from the viewing figures, but you know, it was a good opening 20 minutes. I thought Calvin Phillips was absolutely superb and was clear man of the match, as Matt rightly said. I was really, do you know what? If I, from a neutral perspective, I was really disappointed with Croatia, and if I'm Connor, sat in the background with my Scotland shirt on, I would proper fancy having a crack at them.
Yep.
Proper fancy having a crack at them. I thought they were really, really poor. Really poor. They didn't test our defence at all, really. They didn't really. Pickford didn't have a save to make.
Yeah.
That's a
Kramaric is the right winger. That makes no sense. Kramaric is a pure number 9. Rebic can kind of do the wing stuff, but
yeah. Southgate said he was putting Trippier left back to stop crosses coming in the box. There wasn't going to be any crosses coming into the box anyway with the way they were set up. I think for the next game, I've no problem with Trippier. Out of all the right backs he's taken, Trippier is my preference. I would have him at right back, and I would drop Kyle Walker because he was England's biggest threat today.
Yeah,
from a Croatian perspective, he was terrible. But apart from that, Mings, I'm not a fan of, but he was untested, so he was fine. I thought the midfield was a big call in starting Sterling because a lot of people wanted Grealish, and he's got the winner. His decision making was poor in the final third on the whole, though. Sterling, but fantastic, a real confidence boost that he's got the goal. Calvin Phillips, Jordan Henderson don't get back in that team.
Do you think Southgate might be? I know what you're saying, and I would agree with that with Phillips. But do you think it's too loyal to people like Mason Mount, to Jordan Henderson?
Mount was all right. I thought he was okay, to be fair. I'm not Mount's biggest fan, but I thought he played okay. I thought they worked quite well. He got up to support the attack really, really well. I think it was more of a 4-1-4-1 than a 4-3-3, to be honest. With Phillips and Mount in there, you'd think that maybe they'd feel unexposed, but Rice was just allowed. Rice had a real quiet game and was just allowed to do the Makelele role, just go about his business without any real fuss. So I thought Mount was good. Foden has got one of the best first touches I've ever seen. He's just an absolute wizard, and to think he's only going to improve if he stays injury free is
scary. Yeah,
just absolutely fantastic for England if he carries on his trajectory. He's absolutely fantastic. I don't think Kane looked completely comfortable. Having to come really deep, which obviously he does Spurs because he's side with him, have a real nice partnership going, but that isn't happening with England yet. But it's still early days in the tournament. If you'd have offered me a 1-0 win before the game, I would have snatched your hand off. I really, really would, because I was really worried about this game. And having seen Croatia play, I don't know what I was worried about, to be honest, because I thought they were awful. But it was scrappy. It wasn't pretty, but England games very rarely are the prettiest. But in answer to your question, which is a really long-winded one, I apologise. I went off on a few tangents. He is loyal to his favourites. I dare say Jordan Henderson will feature. I mean, in my opinion, he shouldn't have been in the squad at all because of his lack of fitness. The way Phillips took his chance today, it's his shirt, and he deserves to carry on in what is a huge, huge game against Scotland. Yeah.
And Connor will bring you in a couple of more minutes. I just want to ask you, Sam, obviously we all thought, he's definitely going to play 3 at the back. He's definitely going to go that way. He went with 4, which was a pleasant surprise, but Trippier and Mings, we were like, oh God, that is a weak area.
I like Trippier. I really like Trippier.
What, left back though?
Well, he played well. I mean, no, of course, it's not his natural position. And when you've got 2 left backs in the squad, I can see why it's a surprise. And I wouldn't have done it. Like I said earlier, I would be dropping Walker for the next game and putting Trippier right back. And then you can have Shaw, probably, who's been overall the stronger of the two over the course of a season. He can slot in left back. Mings, I'm not a fan of at all.
I thought Mings actually had a good game today, funny enough.
But they weren't tested. He was fine. He was absolutely fine. I'm not criticising his performance in the slightest because it was largely untested. But is he England's 3rd strongest centre back? Obviously, with Maguire injured.
Fourth or fifth, in my opinion.
Even that's being generous. I think even if I was Aston Villa, I'd be looking at bringing in another centre back to play alongside Konsa if they want to go to the next level. Obviously, they've just signed Buendia, which is fantastic. But not for me at all. But with the 4 at the back, 5 at the back scenario, if you're playing 2 holding midfielders, you don't need 5 at the back.
Yeah.
So
that was the worry going in the tournament, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I understand that, but it was kind of like there are similarities between Southgate and Bruce. Jesus,
Steve.
But it is coming. It's interesting spelling, but this is the thing. Like sometimes the handbrake just needs to be let off, doesn't it? And with 4 at the back, it has a little bit, but there's still more to come because our biggest strength is actually our attacking third, which we didn't see a great deal of. If Foden's shot would have gone in early doors, my word, because that first touch was just filth. Because I thought Sterling actually overhit the pass, and it was a brilliant piece of ingenuity with the quick throw from Trippier, which happened a few times during the game because Croatia were just so static. It's an aging team and one that's obviously on the decline, and I reckon Scotland will give them. They'll cause some problems.
One last question before we bring Connor in. Scotland are obviously very strong on that left side. You talk about the right back, Sam, because that's where they're extremely strong. So you definitely want that change. Do you want to say Trippier come over and start there?
For me, yeah, 100%. Because Trippier gets a bit of a rough deal because basically the majority of England fans haven't seen a lot of him because he's been playing in Spain. But at the end of the day, he's a La Liga champion and he's played exceptionally well. He's done fantastically well today out of position. The only problem is when he is going forward on that left-hand side, he has to stop cutting and get it onto his right foot, doesn't he? Which is annoying when you're trying to counter. But so I think moving him across to right back, taking Walker out for a game, that would be what I would do personally.
Yeah, okay, then right. Steve will kick you out because you're the American. We'll bring you back in, though. Don't worry, you're going to come back, and we'll bring in the enemy. Everybody, please be nice.
Come you Scotland!
Come on, Scotland! How are you, Connor?
Aye, not too bad. I'd be lying if I said I was delighted that England won.
I would be delighted watching that Croatia team.
Well, I mean, it is still Croatia. That is the thing to remember. Like, yes, they didn't play well today at all. They were not at the races for most of that game. If they turn out that kind of performance, then we're more than capable of causing them a few issues, I'd say. But I would expect Croatia to play a bit better. In their next game. Obviously, they play the Czech Republic next, so that might be a better gauge on where they are. I think if they struggle against the Czechs, then the confidence will definitely go up. Of course, we still need to get our own result tomorrow. But, in front of 12,000 members of the Tartan Army at Hampden Park, I think we're in a fairly decent shout, I would say. I suppose we'll see what happens. Although I will say that I've heard a few people say about us just being happy to just be there. Look, we're all delighted to get there, but listen, 23 years we've waited to be in the tournament, and I mean, I was 3 the last time, so I remember nothing about '98. Having said that, though, now that you're there, we want to get through the group because we feel like we can. You know, finishing third gets you there. You beat the Czech Republic, as long as we don't get absolutely tanked off of England and Croatia, which I don't think we will, to be fair, because although England won the game today and Phillips was definitely man of the match, I didn't see, you know, England peppering Croatia's goal with loads of really gilt-edged opportunities, which maybe from an England perspective would be the only slight disappointment with today, because I think Croatia were there for the taking for at least 2 or 3 with how poor they played. So if I was English, I'd have liked to have seen maybe a couple more goals, but you know, we'll always see what happens.
Do you feel more confident playing Croatia now? You've seen that, or England?
Well, I guess I feel more confident playing Croatia, having seen that, but you just never know in England-Scotland games. You know, how teams are playing in form goes out the window. I mean, the last time we played in 2017 during that qualifying campaign, you know, England had been in great form going into that. We were doing okay, but, you know, we had a couple of disappointing results. We went into that game, didn't play brilliantly, but Lee Griffiths gave us 6 minutes of utter glory, only for us to do what Scotland typically do, which is end up, you know, inevitably conceding a goal in the 94th minute of the game or whatever it is with the last kick of the ball. But that was one of those ones that when the dust had settled on it, you went, you know what, that's a great draw to get. And knowing that you're that close to beating your, you know, your rivals, the old enemy, as they say, is great. And you know, you might not appreciate it being England fans, but the way Hampden erupted when those 2 free kicks went in was something special. I don't think anybody could have watched that without going, you know, that's even Gary Neville had said that they hadn't seen a stadium, you know, erupt like that in a long, long time. So that shows what it means. So yeah, my heart says absolutely we're going to go and beat the English, but in the head it's more, yeah, I would fancy my chances against Croatia better than I would England, especially considering we're playing them at Hampden and oddly have a really good record against them. We're unbeaten the last 5 times we've played Croatia, so yeah, maybe.
Mentality-wise, do you think that the Scotland team are going to have the edge? You know, you say it means so much to the Scottish people. You mentioned in the comments, you know, there's this English arrogance that, you know, we are going to win. We're so much better than everyone else. Do you think mentality-wise that Scotland have the advantage going into the game against England?
I think so, because I think there's less pressure on us to go and win that game than there is England. I mean, it's at Wembley. You know, England are playing in front of the majority of their own fans, and there's a great expectation on England's shoulders after 2018, you know, that they should be going on and potentially winning this tournament, especially considering every game will be played at Wembley, barring the semi-final, should they make it that far. So I'd say so. And as I said in the comments, there is an arrogance between the media. I mean, when our squad was announced, you know, and the whole Uckeye the Who nonsense with the papers, that just wound me up, because I thought, you've got a Champions League and Premier League winner in that squad. People know who that squad are. People know a lot of the players in there. Yes, there's a few, the younger lads that have come in, you know, the Nathan Pattersons and Billy Gilmore, David Turnbull. And maybe if you're English of the theorem, yeah, Gilmore, you'll have heard they've been at Chelsea. But, you know, the other 2, Patterson and Turnbull, you know, I wouldn't underestimate the job we can do. Because ultimately for us, that's what we want. Absolutely. Go into that game and underestimate the threat that we pose, and you know, that could be the cost for England if they do that. Not that it would matter if it was a draw, because if we beat Croatia tomorrow, we're in the same position as England, I think, where another point would all but be enough to see us through. Whereas I think England would be looking to, now that you've beaten Croatia, you surely look at Czech Republic and Scotland and go, we should get 9 points out of 9 here without too much trouble. That's what I'd be thinking anyway.
I wouldn't be hoping it, because we'll get drawn with a group of death if we finish top. I think we'll bottle the next couple of games. We'll let you guys finish top. The top of the group, you can go play France or Portugal for us.
Well, that's usually the groups we end up in. I mean,
Yeah.
historically, our qualification groups have always been ridiculous. I mean, I remember the closest we got in 2008 was when we were playing in a group with both the World Cup winners and the World Cup runners-up with Italy and France, which, all right, we've done the double over France, but, you know, those moments don't happen a hell of a lot. Even this group, to draw England, who are World Cup semi-finalists, and then Croatia, who are World Cup finalists, it's not an easy group to get out of, but I think the whole third place, you know, best 4 third place finishing, that's going to help us, because there's a couple of teams in the other groups that I think are going to get quite a few goals put past them, and if it comes down to goal difference, that could absolutely benefit us in getting through, which is all we want, really. If we get through, then, you know, whatever happens, que sera, as they say, you know, we're going to Wembley.
Well, I've got a question for you. Where are your strengths? Where can you hurt England?
Well, I think a lot's made about the left-hand side with Tierney and Robertson. Stevie Clark's done something that the last 2 managers, McLeish and Strachan, struggled to do, which is he's found a way of having both of them in the squad at the same time playing. And what you tend to see is when one of them makes the runs down the wings, which they're both very, very good at, with a creative play, the other one automatically slots back in to cover that position. So that's a strong area. I do think that strikers-wise, I do think with the England defence, I think we could get at that defence a little bit, because I think Che Adams could very well come back to haunt England, given that obviously he is English, but plays for us through his grandparents or something like that. I think he's a player, definitely. Lyndon Dykes, you know, people might think, well, he's playing for QPR, he's playing for Livingston, he's not going to really be a threat, but, you know, if he has a good day at the office, he'll cause problems. But definitely for me, the left-hand side and the midfield are the strongest parts for us, hands down, because we've got a really solid midfield. Even replacing players in midfield is strong. You know, we've got the likes of Callum McGregor, John McGinn, Ryan Christie, Stuart Armstrong, and we do have players like Turnbull and Gilmore to come off the bench who are very talented young players who I don't think the occasion would get to. I think they would more than cope with it, because they've both played, you know, at high levels. Obviously Gilmore's at Chelsea and Turnbull's at Celtic, and they're both high pressure clubs to play for every time you're out in the park. So no, I think midfield and the left hand side will be our strongest areas, but I wouldn't underestimate the threat of Che Adams or Lyndon Dykes either.
You
Just
mentioned
wanted
that.
No mention
Sorry,
of Ryan Fraser. Yeah, no mention of Ryan Fraser. What's going
I
on?
was
Surely
just-
he's your biggest and best threat.
I was just about to say, because obviously we're all Newcastle fans, that's what we
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Is Ryan Fraser going to start?
Probably not, because obviously, as we all know, he has obviously not long returned from injury. He did come on against Luxembourg, a game which we should have won 4 or 5 easily. But a win's a win. He'll definitely come on off the bench, though. There's no doubt about that in the first game, and then perhaps if Clark decides to rotate it slightly for the England game, which I think he will, because I don't think you'll see us play the same tactics tomorrow that we'll play on Friday, because it's a different animal. Tomorrow we're at Hampden against a team who we've already just beaten twice, who were expected to be able to go and take the game. So it'll be a more aggressive performance. I think come Friday, it'll be dialed back a bit, because you have to recognise that front three of England are massive threats. So you have to try and neutralise that a little bit, and almost try and catch on the counter-attack if England throw too many bodies forward. But no, Fraser will get in, and look, he tends to play well in a Scotland shirt when he is on the park. Scored a couple against the Faroe Islands, which was nice to see from a double perspective, really. Obviously, from a Newcastle perspective as well. I would like him to do that more in a Newcastle shirt. But no, you'll definitely see Ryan Fraser appear. I'm just not sure he'll start, because I don't know about his fitness levels.
You mentioned a little bit earlier on one of the strengths is your midfield. Looking a bit further ahead to that Croatia game, we mentioned in our live stream the game was won and lost in that midfield. We had the players to kind of press high, disrupt that magic trio that Croatia have. Do you think that you've got a lot of Premier League players available in that midfield? You mentioned, McGinn and Armstrong. I think McTominay is available as well. So you've got a lot of talent in that midfield. Does watching today's game, the way that England dominated that game, do you think that Scotland can replicate that in the Croatia game? Does that give you hope going into that game?
Well, I think we can, because one of the similarities between Scotland and England is how young the squads are. Because we don't have a particularly old squad either. Our squad's fairly young. They're between their sort of early 20s to mid-20s, roughly. And I think that has an advantage, because today you saw with Croatia that they're still a good team, they've got good players, but they're also aging players. So if you go at them with that level of intensity and that level of pace, they can't keep up with that. That's difficult for them to handle. And we've got the players there that can do that. So I think we can replicate what England done. But the key for us, the crucial part for us is make sure we score goals, because we did, the last two games we played there in the international friendlies, we should have beat the Dutch. Brandon might not agree, but we definitely should have, because Depay, dived basically for the free kick. It was a terrific free kick, but it was never a free kick to begin with. But that comes down to, as well, we had other chances in that game we didn't take, and in Luxembourg, the amount of chances that we created and didn't take was disappointing. But as long as you're creating the chances, you're in those areas, you've got a chance. And that's the key. If we can hurt Croatia when we play them and get a goal, then it helps. Because they're there, they're not. People will look at the Croatia team for a couple of years ago, and I think was it Zinke in the comments mentioning that quite heavily. But
just a bit.
Yeah, but 3 years has passed since then. In footballing terms, that's an eternity. That's a lifetime, really, because when the play, those players aging, their fitness levels go down. They're missing big players that they had back then, like Mario Mandzukic. When they were firing balls in the box today, I was thinking, if Mandzukic is in there, he could have caused a number of problems with a couple of the crosses coming in. So those things help and change. I would expect Croatia to get out of the group, but I guess it's for us to see if we can not just get out, but get out finishing second instead of finishing third would be an absolutely wonderful achievement. And based on today, I don't see any reason why not. But I just hope tomorrow we go and put in a shift. Although I'm annoyed with the scheduling, because there's yourselves in Wales both getting weekend games, and we're playing
I've seen this.
Monday afternoon. Yeah. We're all having to take a day off work.
Wasn't there a campaign? Who was it? Was it Paddy Power? Was there someone going around saying you need a bank holiday for tomorrow? Because it's a strange time considering it's Europe as well. Europe's only an hour or two ahead of us across the eastern side, and these are playing at 2 p.m, which is crazy on a Monday. And probably a lot of kids will be hoping that the teachers roll out the TVs. And back in the day when I was a kid, it was the World Cup.
They don't do that anymore, Lee. They don't have tellies that they wheel in. They have proper whiteboards
that was 2002. Sam, what you're on about? You would have had this.
2002, we didn't have to go in until about 10:30 in the AM. So, but it was France 98 where they wheeled in the telly so we could watch the Tunisia game.
I think what we can all agree on, I know there's going to be good banter and it's a rivalry, and it's I think because of obviously all the shit that we've had with COVID and the crap that we've been through the last 18 months, this is something that we're all excited about and looking forward to as the UK, and include Wales in that as well, because really we haven't had any excitement over the last 18 months because of the COVID issue, which have all been locked in, and there hasn't been fans in particular. And I will say that Scotland have got a fantastic fan base. Newcastle are always talked about their fan base, but the Tartan Army go wherever they are. Should stick to pants, but apart from that, I think your fans are brilliant in your kilts and everything. But I think that's what I'm looking forward to, is the build up to it, the banter, the game. I just hope there's no daft idiots about, but that's what I'm looking forward to. It's a proper old school England versus Scotland classic. I remember Euro 96, Gaza goal, but 2 minutes earlier, McAllister missed a penalty. Well, Seaman saved it. I remember when you beat us actually at Wembley. Don Hutchinson, funny enough, at Geordie. Yeah. It was a 1-0 home defeat, and then we went to Scotland.
Already beat 2-0 though, didn't we?
Yes, Scholes, didn't he? But you obviously talk about the nations and the qualifying stuff, but it's not a major tournament really since '96, and both countries are looking forward to it. I mean, if you win, Connor, we'll never hear the end of it. It'll be literally you'll have a trophy and you'll have a statue up and everything.
Oh well. I mean, if we win, that's arguably as good as winning the tournament for us, because the reality is for us to go and try. If we were to go and win this tournament, it would be Leicester-esque material, and probably be even more than that. But to go down and beat England would be, it would be just phenomenal. And you wait for the celebrations if that happens. That's another one that you're almost asking for. Most fans will be great, and listen, the Tartan Army usually are. I mean, we're a fan base at a few international tournaments back in the day. We actually got awards for how great our fans were in these tournaments. But when you're having a game on a Friday night between Scotland and England, that does
trouble.
Yeah, that kind of asks for a couple of Egypts to
plenty of ales.
Yeah, exactly. Ales, and Jaeger bombs. But we are, it would just be great for me, because I've never seen it in my lifetime. You guys are lucky you've seen England at most tournaments. So the good, the bad, and the Iceland.
So come on, we're not Wales now.
But for me to tomorrow, watching the game, and as soon as the national anthem gets played at a major tournament at Hampden in front of our fans, it's going to be an incredible feeling to see it. And whatever happens on Friday will happen. Look, I don't think it's going to be the type of game where I wouldn't expect us to get hammered by England. I think it's going to be tight. I definitely think we've a goal in us in that game. It's whether or not we can keep England out long enough, because I think if we go and score first, then all of a sudden the pressure ramps up on England, because they'll have their fans on their back, basically. We're only going to have a relatively small number in comparison. So it's all to play for, and it's exciting. Who knows? Maybe we'll meet again in the semis or the final. I doubt it, because England won't get there. But no.
The banter.
But no, as I say, whoever wins, we can all, take it in good jest.
I think
it's a great occasion, isn't it?
Yeah, last question, Connor, then before we let you go. Is the Czech Republic game the biggest game, though? Because I think he's needed a result there.
Without question, because the Czech Republic game is the one that we all look at and go, that's probably the only game we're going to is potentially favourites. So, yeah, it's a massive game. If we win that, we're in a terrific position, because, like I say, arguably, we only need a point. But even if we didn't get another point, those 3 points, as I say, that could be enough to see you through. So it's huge for us to go and win that game. And it's great if we can start our first tournament in 23 years with a win, and put you in good standing, because you want to go in to the England game as well in good form, and you want to go in there with a bit of momentum behind you. Because if we go out and turn a shift in tomorrow, and I guarantee you Gareth Southgate will be watching tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we will be. We'll be scouting us.
Yeah, so if we go in and turn in a good performance, it will give them, Southgate food for thought. That these could cause us an issue. So that's what you're hoping for. But tomorrow's the biggest of the games, because it's the only one we're expected to go and win. Although I do think we can get a point from England and Croatia, if I'm being brutally honest, because the one thing England need to do, and I said it in the chat, it's a hat-trick of 1-0 results, and I'm sure you would agree. I think England need to start scoring more than one goal, because you're not going to get through this tournament winning 1-0. If you draw a France, for example, or a Germany or a Belgium, they will score in those games.
Coming home. It's coming home, man.
Yeah, well, I to Sucky Hall Street in Glasgow. Aye.
Connor, we'll grab you because I want to do some bits with you with obviously England, Scotland. I know you're out and about watching the Scotland game, so we'll try and get a reaction or something off you, and we'll get it on the channel, which would be great. Thank you very much for coming on, and
Cheers, lads.
I hope you lose on Friday.
Best of luck, I guess.
What are you doing, Connor? Take care, man.
See you in a bit.
So that was Connor, and we'll bring in our lazy American friend. Just chilling with him. Hey, man.
Comfortable there. Hey, up the North Macedonia.
Severna
Hey man, let's watch some soccer.
And
Soccer.
kick-off time here in where they're playing at. I don't know where they are. They're
They're
nice.
playing in Bucharest, Romania.
Ah, they're in Romania. Okay. Brandon's obviously given a bit of a stick to Connor. Obviously thinks that the Dutch are better. The Czech Republic will beat Scotland easily. Interesting. Obviously, Brandon, that's one of these 5 countries that he's adopting in this tournament. A bit like Steve. Steve's got about 4 as well. But yeah, guys, if you want to come on, you will get straight in. We're going to be... sorry, what are you going to say there, Steve? I thought you said something there.
No, he's trying to hijack the show and turn it into a watch along for Austria Macedonia.
I was about to ask, who's watching it?
Yeah, I've got it on. I've got it on.
I've got oh, Goran Pandev. I'm looking forward to actually the tonight's one, Ukraine Holland. I think it could be banana skin there.
Yeah.
But we'll what we'll do whilst we wait, if any of you guys want to come in, you'll be straight on. But if no other guests come on, that's fine. We have just a bit of reaction to go through, really. So let's. Why you got a Rangers top on? I've just noticed that.
Scotland over England.
Oh no, man!
It's because he supports all the right wing clubs. He supports Lazio, supports Rangers. You're gonna tell me you support Hamburg next?
Real Madrid. I have that. Hey, hold on.
I'm not wrong.
Damn man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Then I got shit.
Well, it's the same Pauli top, mate.
He's got COVID from the Sainsbury's with that cough.
That's what I've been seeing. Wind them up. Right, okay, share screen, the good old share screen. Let's get that on the go, and we'll talk about what's been said and stuff before we start our unwind. So we'll be finishing up within half an hour or for longer if any of you guys want to jump on. And we'll begin with the BBC. We'll look at a few match stats and stuff. So does that surprise you? 50-50 possessions, Matt?
Split down the middle, everything, isn't it? Yeah. To be honest, there was fits and starts where Croatia dominated the game, so 50-50 possession doesn't surprise me at all. The first 10 minutes of the second half, Croatia dominated, had us on the back foot until we grabbed the goal. So no, I mean, it's probably a fair reflection of the game. It was a pretty boring game, and we'll be the first to admit that. Nothing really happened at either end. Neither team threatened the goal particularly, apart from Foden's chance that was missed in the goal that went in. And I can't remember Croatia having a shot on goal. So yeah, 50-50 possession, the chances created, pretty expected that, yeah.
Didn't work the keeper anywhere near enough, did they?
No, they didn't as well. And obviously the formation, which everybody can see on your screen. But I was really surprised, obviously, with Croatia didn't hurt with Sammy. You were just saying there. I mean, you look at that front 6, and it's still a very, very talented side. And England have came away with a clean sheet.
Yeah, it's a very old front 6, though, isn't it? That's the thing.
Not particularly.
No, but you know what I mean. Like the key players in there have all seen better days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I take your point. There's some players in there that still Kovacic is an odd one though, because he's not a creative player. He was like our Declan Rice today. He just goes about his business, and you don't notice him until he's a disruptor, isn't he? He's not a creator. And the way
you can also because I watch a bunch of Chelsea. What he can also do though is he can do the Calvin Phillips thing where he carries the ball up the pitch a bit and distributes from that. Fuck. I'm done.
I think you just lay off the fags, which actually means something different over. I appreciated that as soon as I say it, because that means a different thing over here than it does over there.
Is gaming happy over there?
No. It means cigarettes.
He meant stop smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
You sound like you do with that cough.
Oh, he needs a jab in his arm.
I used to like Rangers as they're sponsored by the same beers too. Yes.
I think we'll have the same kit sponsors the same as them next season. Looks
Yeah,
like.
we are. Bloody Ashley.
We'll go through what a couple of people have said so far. Frank Lampard said, when you've got to this level, people talk about the concentration, in particular if you're a defender. Tyrone Mings spoke about it being his first
Is he
game.
related to Kevin Phillips?
Oh, you heard that earlier. First game in a major tournament, and we have a lot of players like that. That's why today was so impressive, and that's why it'll be good for the confidence. So we'll get through it. Sam, I'll come to you. Tyrone Mings really did have a good game.
He wasn't tested. He didn't have much to do.
Yeah, granted.
He was fine. Well done. But he's still not one of the. For me, he should be nowhere near that squad. But yes, he did well. He was more than capable against a very lackluster Croatian attack.
Yeah. Okay. Calvin Phillips, who was everybody's man the match.
Superb he was.
Yeah, he spoke. Said it was really warm, and it took its toll on us. It was a great result, and I'm happy with my performance. There are 2 group games left, and we need to perform like that, if not better. As soon as we finish celebrating, it's the first time I've found him with a nice pass and link up with him with England. It's a great feeling to get an assist and a great feeling for the 3 points. I'm laid back. That's the kind of person I am, regardless of what's thrown at me.
Same here. Laid back. Yeah.
Literally.
I could just try and take it in my stride. If I didn't have the team around me and the coaching staff around me to make me feel like that, then I just don't think it would be possible. There's a lot of talk about me and Declan Rice fighting for one position, but when we play together, I think we play really well. It's an honour to play with him. Steve, I think we talked about this earlier, but just for the viewers who are tuning back in, did those 2 start for you for Scotland? Against Scotland?
Wait, say that again. Jesus Christ.
Phillips and Rice. You keep Henderson outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Because why would you take Phillips out? He's man of the match. What is that gonna tell him? Oh, if you play amazing, I'm just gonna bench you in a huge game. Like, you got to start him.
Yeah, Alan Shearer's clearly give him man the match as well. Bravos in the comments. Can England make ASM play for their squad? We would love him. Another 3 years, he could claim.
Speak English, maybe.
3 more years and claim British citizenship. Who knows? Lampard's obviously going on to say.
That's what Ukrainians do with Brazilian people.
Yeah.
So the Bulgarians.
Well, I've been doing that with Laporte. We should have played the long game with Laporte instead of go to Spain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read all of Southgate's stuff out, but I'll just read the first bit. He said, it's lovely to have given our fans and our country a real enjoyable afternoon. The players dealt with the big occasion really well, right from the start. Incredible heat. And they played well and they settled early in the game. So, yeah, Southgate's happy with... I think Southgate's just happy just to get the win. I think the performance, we can work on that.
Shout out Graham Jones.
Yeah,
He's not happy with the heat, though. Not happy with the heat. You're right.
Wembley gets boiling, though. I don't know if...
it's like a hot box. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's so... It's like on a hot day, on a hot muggy day down there, like the air is so close, you can barely breathe properly. It's horrible.
I got sunburned so bad once in the Caribbean, in Mexico, Belize, Honduras. I had yellow bubbles of pus on me. I got like 2nd-degree burns. So
I'm waiting for Sam to correct you.
Huh?
I'm waiting for Sam to correct you.
Put sun cream on.
I thought he was going to say Caribbean.
Oh, Caribbean instead of Caribbean.
That's it. What? No. You get to call out your European or English, UK, whatever the fuck you call it, and I get to do
Pirates of the.
Huh?
What's the film? Complete the title of the film. Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Correct.
That's so defeated.
Give up.
Oh, Steve, you're American. You know you're going to get picked on. Right. Raheem Sterling's gone out to say, it's a great feeling for me playing at Wembley, not far from where I grew up as a young boy, and seeing the stadium being built. I thought the team played brilliantly at times we dug in. So that's what Raheem said. Southgate's gone out to say, it's a tough group. There are difficult sorts of challenges. Scotland and the Czech Republic are good sides, so we're pleased with today. It's a good start. and it takes some of the tension out of the preparation for the next game. But we've still got to go and get the points.
I
To
don't like
qualify.
hearing that. What? I don't like
Crystal-
hearing that. The next
Yeah,
game's
what?
against Scotland.
Yeah, he's just got to be professional, hasn't he? When he's speaking, he doesn't want to slag teams off. Chris,
Well, that's not a fucking rivalry, is it?
it's not quite Mexico. Waddle and Sutton have said their say. We'll skip past that. We don't need to see what they say. Okay, again, we'll skip that. And there's Trippier having his chat as well with Gary Flint off BBC. And yeah, Kieran Trippier's went on to say, no nerves, we're a confident group, we believe in our own ability and as a team. We had to keep it in our shape and keep tight. We tried to counter as quickly as we could. I thought we limited their chances. The most important thing is the 3 points and a clean sheet. We look forward to the next game. That's the important thing, isn't it, Matt? Just getting the 3 points, clean sheet. You've got the toughest game out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the points on the board now. If just move on and forget about this. Take the confidence from the game, but we've got to concentrate on the next opponents. You know, Scotland, like we said earlier, they're going to be up for it, well up for it as well. And we need to get a result out of that. Like you said earlier, it's a must-not-lose game. Whether we come away with 1 point or 3 from that, we need to get something out of it. So the focus has got to be on Friday, get back into the training and just knuckle down and get those lads that were involved today, keep their chins up as well in training so that we've got a nice depth for going forwards into the squad.
Sam, are you looking forward to the Scotland game?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic occasion. Form kind of does go out the window for them types of games. It's, I mean, it'd be like Newcastle Sunderland in like an FA Cup semi-final kind of vibe. It's huge. Like, to be honest, it's just today that I've caught the bug because I was sat at work and my expectations were so low, and I was really worried about today's game because I have a lot of respect for that Croatian team up until after the game because I thought they were shite today. But then BBC montages, they just drag you in. And then you remember the 90s, which were brilliant, Matt. The 90s were great. You should have been there.
I'll take your word for it.
But Lee will tell you, like, you're a 96, France 98. Like, it's just, I love the 90s.
You were 2000, not so much.
Not to remember, that wasn't the 90s. But, yeah, you're a 2000 bloody Phil Neville. What are you doing, man? But, yeah, so I was really drawn in, and then I can't wait for Friday night now. It's
Ben Chilwell, great start, lads.
Oh, you're seeing that, yeah.
Yeah,
He's real happy. Yeah.
Just a quick one on that.
He didn't play at all.
I've just did a little tiny bit of research, and apparently that it was an absolutely tactical decision to leave Sancho and Chilwell out today. They're not injured. So
Wow.
Southgate said that he chose Trippier to start because of his one-on-one defending to neutralise the threat out wide. Left Luke Shaw on the bench for that left-back cover and omitted Chilwell and Sancho because you can only cover certain positions on the bench. So he picked Sancho over Saka, which is interesting. Sorry, other way around. Saka over Sancho for the bench.
More left-sided. But for that reason that you've just said there, Matt, that's why I would be switching Trippier to right-back for the next game.
I find that very interesting that was a tactical decision when you're only missing 3 men of your 23-man squad. You're only omitting 3 from a matchday squad. One of them is Harry Maguire, and then you're omitting a Champions League winner in Ben Chilwell, and then Jadon Sancho, one of the most exciting English talents in years.
However, he names 2 goalkeepers on the bench.
Yeah.
Does he have to name 2 goalkeepers on the bench?
No, he doesn't have to, but...
So why would you have 2 keepers? Because you've got Kyle Walker as your 3rd choice. He can go and goal.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, can I say something about this whole... I hear this, it was a tactical decision. You know what? That's bullshit. You know what a tactical decision equivalent is? It's when you ask a girl out and she's like, oh, it's not you, it's me. You know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. She just isn't telling you the truth. You fucking suck. You're not good enough.
Let's talk about
it. That sounds like you came from the heart there.
Yeah, Steve, let's tell a little bit more. What's the girl's name?
What, my girlfriend?
No, who give you rejection? What's her name? Was this in high school?
I don't know, probably in like middle school.
Middle school. What age is that? We don't get middle school over here.
10 to 14.
10 to 14. So your emotions would have been all over the place. Hers would have been, Was that a big time in your life?
Big time.
We should charge for the hour by this.
I know. We're not just football fans. We're agony ants. Are you over it? Are you over it, or is it still hurting you a little bit?
Wait, what? Sorry. I'm so fucking tired, man. I'm trying. Say that again.
Go
Sorry.
to sleep at night then.
I'm watching North Macedonia. Come on,
He's
man.
watching Copa America tonight, Stephen.
Yeah, before work. Fuck yeah, let's go.
He'll be messaging me through the night, won't he? What's the Brazil score,
No
dude?
one talks to me on Discord at 2 a.m.
It was only me awake. I'm up till that.
There's a reason.
There's a reason what? You don't get up at 8 a.m.? 9?
Callum, we can see you. We will bring you on in just a second, Callum. He has a question. Sam, I'll come to you. Do you feel the hot weather played a major impact?
Yeah, it does. It does take it out of you, which is why like 5 subs as well. It's an advantage in that sense for the point he raises there, but like it's not good for the flow of the game, is it? There's a lot of disruption in the second half when potentially there could be up to 10 substitutions. So, but yeah, hot weather does. Of course, it does. Which World Cup's going to be fun in Qatar, isn't it?
And that's got to be played in the winter. And that's going to wreck everyone's schedule as well. Beetle, Greg says Scots better get 3 points tomorrow as we're going to wallop them on Friday. Do you really want them to get 3 points? I want to draw out Czech Republic and Scotland for me.
Well, draw.
Yeah, it'd be good to get them a draw. Right.
I like supporting the home nations, but the main reason I want Scotland to do well, I don't want to finish top of this group. Fuck playing France or Portugal in the next round. No chance. I want to finish second in this group. Get the bloody Poland or Sweden.
You guys are really disrespecting the mighty Magyars. Hungary.
Yeah. If Hungary get 3rd place, I think we'll all give you a $5 each.
Hold on. I might have actually put Germany bottom of the group and Hungary 3rd.
Really?
They were done.
Remember
the 2018 World Cup? They had Sweden, South Korea, and...
Yeah, but that only happens once in every 50 years, that though.
Well, it's the same... Joachim Löw is still there. Still the coach. So
yeah, I don't know how he's managed to keep his job.
Well, he's leaving, isn't he? He's
probably got a lot of pictures or information that he could use to his advantage.
Wouldn't discount Germany from this tournament though? They've got a lot of talented players. The defense is a bit weak this year, but they've got a lot of attacking talent.
Rudiger was in pretty damn good form when Tuchel came into Chelsea. But
yeah,
like you got Jonathan Tah. He's okay. Sven Bender and Lars are tired, so I don't know.
Oh, it's a goal. We've got a goal. Austria are 1-0 up against Steve's team.
That's good for you, isn't it, Lee, in your sweepstake?
It is. I've got Austria to win this one. No, what did I say? It would draw? No, I said I said Austria to win this. I have.
Good finish.
Yeah, it was a great finish. So, yeah. Just look at his reaction down there. All these countries that he's supporting. Right. We've got Connor waiting. Anybody want to drop out?
No.
I don't mind dropping out for this one. If leave Steve, I don't want to kick him out twice in a row.
I thought you might drop out this one, Matt. Nicely played there. Well done. Right. Okay. We'll bring. I know what you're doing. Right. We'll bring in Callum. So, Callum, thank you very much for waiting. How are you? You're good?
I'm right. Thanks. You guys?
Yeah, much more happier. Me and Sam are. The Americans not too bothered, but yeah. Did you watch the England game?
Only the second half because the first half I just went to walk from my mum a bit earlier because I did miss it.
Yeah, I think Sam's been out with his mum as well.
What a word.
So, you seen the second half. Who was your man of the match today? Do you agree with us?
It's not Harry Kane. The one who gave assist to Sterling. I forgot his name.
Phillips.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I called him Kevin Phillips earlier on.
Yeah, he's my man in the match. That was a great assist today, I thought.
Yeah. Who's going to win the Euros?
Oh, that is a tough one. Hopefully
Steve's
England versus. If it's not England, probably France.
Yeah, I think they're everybody's favourites. Do you reckon Portugal got a good shout?
I doubt it, but probably the runners-up, maybe.
Well, depend. You would expect to the group of death. You get all the. Sorry again, Steve. You would expect the big three nations to get through.
Michael Rorschach. Michael Rorschach.
No, go away, man.
Is it coming home? Callum, is it
Maybe.
coming
Well,
home?
hopefully it's coming home. It is, but football's coming on. We'll be lucky because we did done well since the 2018 World Cup, be fair, because it is the first time to see the semi-final in my life.
Wow. How old are you, Callum?
Well, right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, 28.
28. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have been around for you in 96 when me and Sam were knocking about. Those were the good old days seeing England.
Especially, I just love the football song, coming on the latest 98. That's a good version, in my opinion.
Yeah, Steve's not so keen on that, can you probably tell?
I'm sorry.
It's all right, Callum. We've been winding him up all day. It's coming home, so he's got to go to sleep.
Have you told him about Vindaloo yet? That's an absolute belter as well.
I said that. We were talking.
Oh yeah, Vindaloo. That is Vindaloo classic.
We talked about it earlier on the stream. The top 3 England songs, right? We'll go around. Sam.
Oh.
Vindaloo, World Emotion, and Three Lions.
Similar to mine. Mine's 3 Lines first, then Vindaloo, and then actually do like the Talk Sport version, Come On England. I like that one. Go away, it's Come On Island.
Yeah, not a fan.
Fair enough. World Emotion is a good shout. Callum, do you like any others from except from 3 Lines?
3 Lions, the first one. Second, The Great Escape, and the third one, Vindaloo, the old version, the 90s. Because I thought the latest, it's all right, but I just still like the 90s version.
No.
Everything. The 90s were just great.
It's more like I was saying to this earlier with Matt. It's more like when you've got like 6 or 7 years around you and you just belting that out, aren't you? It's not something you would sing on your own. It's like a proper "Come on, England!" You're like in a group and all that. Callum, are you going to get to any fan zones? Are you going to get out in the pub to watch any of the England games in the tournament? Soak up a bit of the atmosphere?
Only when me and my close stepdad will watch it. Except my mom, she's not a fan of football. Except, is Alan Shearer, what a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend as well. He's in the studio, obviously, match of the day. Professor says it's coming home, Steve.
Did I ever tell you about the time I interviewed Alan Shearer?
No, please tell me.
That guy?
No, but I did see about what it's like, Sam, to talk to Alan Shearer, but I'd love to see him in face to face.
It's pretty fucking brilliant.
Can I tell you something, guys? It's something good news for me. Hopefully, once I get my second job done before September the 5th, because I'm going to Comic-Con, hopefully in Birmingham, NEC. And you know who I'm going to see?
Steve.
Oh.
Steve's going to be there.
I'll go Batman.
Well, okay, Batman. Shall I tell you anyway?
Fire away.
So it's not Batman.
Kevin Keegan.
Well, Keegan's there, is he?
Keegan's
Yeah,
at
if you look at
Right.
special guest, but Birmingham
Sam, we need no
NEC,
tickets for that then.
Kevin Keegan with it, Mike Owen, great, and Jeff Hurst.
Sam, we need the day off. There's an interview for the Greenwood and Muller show.
Yeah, you probably
We'll get ourselves road
But
trip.
the question is, what I'm going to say to Michael Owen, I know he's bad for us, but what am I going to say to him?
no one's forcing you to.
Blank.
I'm going to say you're bad in Newcastle, but you're not bad for England. That's it. But
sure
he would
he'll
be mad
appreciate
though.
Just say I preferred Alan Shearer's book.
Yeah, but one thing is, I mean, it cost us, the pictures. I think that's disgusting. But I still do it. I want to take a picture with them. So if you want, once I got a picture of Kevin Keegan, I send you private messages, Facebook or Facebook Newcastle Fan TV fan page.
Yeah, just drop us a message on Facebook. One of the lads picking up this 5 or 6 of us, so there's plenty.
I'll let Liam know that you're going to drop him a message on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But I still remember when I was young back then. We used to buy buses for my school, one in Everton in near Wigan School in Greenhall, and one in College in Three Spires. I with Sir Bobby Charlton, and it's strange enough when I see Sir Bobby Charlton the second time I was 9, and it's strange like he was number 9 for England and Manchester United.
Oh
yeah.
And Bobby Charlton's from our neck of the woods up here, related to the Milburns. We're going to go around Connor. I'm calling you Connor now. Callum, sorry. Top scorer in the Euros. Haven't really talked about it today. We'll go with you first, Callum. Who will be top scorer in the Euros?
I don't know much really. Maybe it's Sterling or Harry Kane for England.
Yeah, Kane's probably a shout if England go far. Steve, top scorer in the Euros.
I forget what I put on Scarito, but I think it was either Benzema or Mbappe.
Yeah, I think I've gone with Mbappe. I think Lukaku I've gone up there. Sam, who would you say is top scorer?
I have wagered some of my hard-earned cash on Lukaku.
What, before last night?
Yes.
Yeah, before. Right, Callum, we'll let you go. Thank you very much for coming on. Look after yourself.
It's no way.
Cheers, Callum. Enjoy.
Football coming home. Let's do this. Come on.
Keep singing it, Steve. Steve, tell Steve.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
Right, thanks,
I'm
Callum.
sorry. It's the same bit. Bye.
Take care. Steve's going to literally hang himself tonight, isn't he, before that singing? We'll bring in Matt. Well done, Matt. Good tactic. I think we're gonna really finish up now because we've been on for nearly coming up to 4 hours. Thank you for the
tea time.
Goal. Pandev is
soccer. It's a soccer goal.
No way.
Pandev goal.
Has he? I've got this game as 1-1. I have
2-1. Severna Macedonia. That's Macedonian in Macedonian.
Wasn't there like a big kickoff about the naming of the country?
Huh?
Greece? Was it Greece or Albania? Because there was a big kickoff about the naming of the country. You know how they like renamed the country?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a big kickoff from Greece?
Don't know.
Greece. I'm sure I've seen that anyway. Bravo says, are you guys doing a similar show on Friday? We hope so. We hope so. I'll be in a fan zone. More on that later on in the week with Josh. But I think Sam, you're free, aren't you?
I'm free. If someone else with a couple of the other lads are free, then we'll be there, and I'll be doing a lot of rubbish Scottish accents.
Scotland. Yeah. So
Scotland, if you want you. What?
Oh, God. I forgot what I was going to say now. The fact that I knew I was right. I was right. There we go. Say I'm good at Shagger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. I knew I was right. I knew I was on the right terms somewhere along those lines. But that is my coverage of England. I was about to say thank you very much for Callum and Connor coming on. Matt has been with me from the start. So is Steve. We're nearly 4 hours in. So I bet you've got sweaty bollocks just in time for Manscaped. So make sure you get onto that. Proudly sponsors this stream. So have a look at the link in the description and the top of the pinned comment. Also, there'll be timestamps of when scoring the players and the fans start as well. So if you just want to watch certain videos, we tested this out, something different. Just cram it into one video, so it's less work for everybody. But enjoyed it, Matt.
It was good fun. I wish I could be here for the other games, but unfortunately, I'm working for the other two group games for England. But I'll be watching the rest of the Euros like religiously, like the rest of us.
Yeah, I've got the games on as well. Steve, thank you very much. You're going to be doing some stuff with Brandon, aren't you, on Extra as well for the Dutch?
Oh, yeah.
So I believe you're doing some stuff on there. I think you're going to be doing the odd 1 or 2 big Copa America games with me if I'm up for the night.
Yeah.
Sam, you've got a couple of very big, I won't say it, but very big guests for Greenwood and Mulliner. Please tell us. Or
Well, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You have to go on our socials at Newcastle Fans TV to find out. But tomorrow night we've got a mystery guest on. We recorded it last night. It's a current footballer. That's all I will say. Yeah, and it'll be one to make you go, "Oh bloody hell, how'd you get him?"
Adam Johnson.
But yeah, and then we're recording another show on Wednesday night with a journalism legend as well. So, and then the week after, we've got a broadcasting colossus as well. So Greenwood and Mulliner show is absolutely flying towards the 50th show with some fantastic guests.
And we still have Newcastle videos to put out as well, which have already pre-recorded as well. Matt's got his big mammoth one as well. Matt, what's that about? Please give us a little hint.
So I've done a bit of research into where Newcastle should be investing, what kind of positions from certain teams. I've hinted at it in a couple of videos in the past as well, but I'll be looking from the relegated sides and the sides that missed out on playoffs, who in their squad would be a good fit for us to invest in the summer.
So we've still got tons and tons of shows, Newcastle content, Euros on both channels. That we're going to end it now. We're nearly 4 hours in. Thank you very much to Matt. Thank you very much to Steve, Sam for the past hour and a bit. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Have a good weekend. Take care. Watch what it's Dean. Bye-bye.